Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live watch along of the West Indies versus Scotland in their World Cup match. Scotland have won the toss and have asked West Indies to bat, and after 1.3 overs, West Indies 8 without loss. Kriana Joseph is on 5, and opening with her is the West Indies captain, Ailey Matthews. She is on 2. So after 1.3 overs, West Indies 8 without loss. One change to the team that I listed yesterday, and is that Quiana Joseph is playing instead of Shanisha Hector, and she just drove that ball through the covers down to the boundary for 4 just now to put West Indies at 12 without loss. So she got the room that she needed, and she spanked it through the covers. You just cannot give Shanisha Hector any room as my screen begins to freeze. As one expected that probably that was going to happen, you know, because these things always happen when the watch along starts. So that was pitched up, and she drove it through the covers down to the boundary for 4. So 12 without loss, West Indies. 12 without loss, West Indies. I thank everyone for tuning in. Happy to see Banana Brooks and all the folks here. It's our pleasure as we go through this match between West Indies and Scotland. So Joseph is on 9. Joseph is on 9, and Matthews is on 2. So Fontella is the bowler. Fontella. Over the wicket come Font, bowls to Joseph, swings outside the half stump, misses, the ball goes through to the keeper. 12 without loss after 2 overs. 12 without loss after 2 overs. West Indies asked to bat first by Scotland. So there is the West Indies playing 11 on the screen. Not in batting order, but what I've done, I've just replaced Kriana Joseph with Shanisha Hector. So it's very hard to get Kriana Joseph out of the side when she and the coach is so close. And when I say close, I mean very, very close. And so it could be a little bit of nepotism there, but wish her the best. And hope she give us one of those Cinderella innings that, will take us over the line. Scotland, as I remarked yesterday in my pre-match show, is not a easy team to beat. They are not a walkover. Slater is going to bowl her first over. So they are mixing it up here. It's one apiece in the power play. It appears that that's the strategy for Scotland. So short third man backward point cover and mid off. There's a sweep on the cover boundary as Matthews covers up and play back that down the pitch to the bowler. Yes, so there's a short third man, there's a backward point, then the sweeper is out on the cover boundary, then you have the extra cover, then you have the mid off. Those are the 5 I'm seeing on the offside. As soon as I get the onside feel, I will tell you. But Slater, the right arm seamer from Scotland, is bowling to the West Indies. Sorry, the left arm seamer is bowling to the West Indies captain, Joseph, who hit that hard on the bounce though to mid on, and there is no run. So that's a 6 fielder that I can tell you about. So there's a mid on and a mid off and an extra cover. A fielder deep on the cover boundary, then you have the backward point and a short third man. That was it hard. She using her feet, trying to get to the pitch of the ball. Slater, left arm seamer. She hop and skip like a, what call it, a triple jumper, as Matthews is down the pitch again and look to turn that into the onside, taken on the pad. The keeper comes from behind the stump and field, and there is no run. So the score 12 without loss, and once again we see Ailey Matthews just struggling a bit to get rid of the ball, to get the ball off the square. So we hope that will change around soon. And now a tactical adjustment made by the Scotland team, which probably may well be in our favor, because instead of Ailey Matthews using her feet and coming down the pitch. Okay, so I will give you the feel shortly. That one inside edge onto the pad. So the field just came up there now. So I already given you the 5 and the offside. So there's a short fine leg on the onside. There's a deep backward square leg. Then there's a mid wicket and a mid on. So it's an orthodox standard T20 field with only two outside the circle. So the two outside the circle are on either side of the boundary, square on either side of the wicket. And then there's a ring of 7. She bowls to Matthews, and Matthews cannot beat the extra cover, as there's a sweet song came off the bat that time, and the score remains at 12 without loss. This is a good over though by Slater, you know. Very, very good over. 5 deliveries, no run. And as I said, it was a similar thing on Saturday. Matthews struggled a bit, but let's hope for the best. He's our captain, and we hope she gets a big one today. It's just the start of the match. This is over number 3. Slater, the left armer, down the pitch, wide with signal. They should signal a wide signal, and so 1 more to the total. So they're thinking about it because the keeper believe it comes off something. She's talking to Catherine Bryce. Catherine Bryce is going to run down to her now, and then they said no. So 1 more to the total. 1 delivered to come in the over. 13 without loss. That was down the leg side. Matthews looked to swing it away. The keeper went up. Let's see. Did it come off Matthews? Yes, it did came off the tie pad, you know. It did came off the tie pad. So good call here in favor of the West Indies. Bad umpiring, but good call in favor of the West Indies. And the extra ball, Matthews looking to give herself room, was unable to play through the onside as Slater followed her and it take her on the body. And there is no run. 13 without loss at the end of the over. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you may be. It's a pleasant day in Jamaica, and I thank you all for tuning in, and we wish for the teams the best. Please remember to become a member of the Cricket Forum Members Club on Patreon and support independent cricket broadcasting. So we see TV and Cricket Power Play out of Florida in the chat. Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you being here. Elton Tuckerman, the man who streamed all those wonderful cricket out of Florida. So it's a similar field for Quiana Joseph, the left-hander. So it's a standard field as the right-arm Fontella comes in, bowls to Quiana Joseph, who covers up and played it to mid-on. So the right-arm Seema Fontella, 13 without loss. This is a very slow start here by the West Indies and a good start by Scotland, but we are not interested in a good start by Scotland. We are really interested in a West Indies victory. And if it's one team I don't want to beat us, is Scotland, you know, because I have a little beef with a report, and she swung this away, squared. The fielder comes around, bunks on the out pitch and bunks, but she took it over her head. I doubt they will come back for 2. It's Quiana Joseph at the crease, and so they stay on 1. 14 without loss. So big up Elton Tuckerman, the man from out of South Florida who stream all those cricket on a Sunday. So if you want to see what's happening in South Florida, they always have a competition going on in South Florida. Sometimes 2 competitions at the same time, Saturdays and Sunday. But this Fontella comes into the West Indies captain in a Cricket World Cup match, and she dabbed it into the gap between the backward point and the extra cover. And so they got a single because there's a big gap between the backward point and the extra cover. Remember, you have the sweeper out on the boundary. So if the extra cover, if you are standing at the stump and say the extra cover will form probably a 60-degree angle. So if you look, ball to Joseph, and Joseph played this away down to the fielder coming off the backward square leg boundary. So 1 more to the West Indies total. So 16 without loss, 3.5 overs have been bowled. Joseph is on 11, Matthews is on 3, 16 without loss. This is a very poor power play by the West Indies so far. Let's see what will happen. Matthews need to get away a few deliveries. She uses her feet again, but Fontella saw her coming and pulled back her length, and Matthews had to cover up and play it back to the bowler. and there is no run. So very, very slow start here by the West Indies. They're really stifling us at this time, you know. Over number 4, we're just going at 4.17. Fontella to Matthews, and Matthews hit this high in the air. Deep down to deep mid-wicket, 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. So they could tell that that's a release shot, and we need more like that. You see the Scotland coach clapping because they realize that Matthews have to do something different. But that was well played by Matthews because the fielder was back with a square leg. So what Matthews does was to use her feet and make sure that she hit it in front of square, high in the air. So it doesn't matter. So the coach can clap as much as he wants. That was class from Ailey Matthews. And she just use her feet and just make sure that she play that ball early enough so that it doesn't go back with a square leg. So once it doesn't go back with a square leg, there was no danger. 20 without loss after 4 overs. But West Indies need to get a going. So, Patrick Lambert, how you doing, man? Good morning to you. Brian Paul, respect, man. Thank you very much. And so Nigel Brown is saying that 180 is on the board today. We cannot underestimate Scotland. They are a well-coached team. There's a well-drilled team. The two teams are very close. What was that about a beef? Oh, you mean Ailey Matthews and Quiana Joseph? Well, I guess they have put that behind them now, and they have a match to win for the West Indies, and we hope they do, as she gets another singer there, Quiana Joseph, as Slater bowls to her and 1 more to the total. And so they have been trying to bowl very tight to Ailey Matthews, and they're showing you where the balls are being pitched to her, and she's unable to get rid of them. So Joseph is on 12, Matthews is on 7. Slater, the left arm out of the ball to Matthews, Seamer played it away down to that field, coming off the backward square leg boundary. At least she ticked it over here, 1 more to the total. It goes up by 1 to 22 without loss. We are in over number 5. 4.2 have been bowled. So big up yourself, Brian Paul. It's a pleasure bringing it to you. You know, I'm very proud of the Cricket Forum. With all the World Cup going on and West Indies involved in a series against Sri Lanka, it appears that we are the only one who really tuning onto this into this Women World Cup. And I'm glad that we can do that. You know, a lot of persons tuning into the Football World Cup. A lot of persons, you know, are engrossed with the West Indies series against Sri Lanka, and with 2-day matches playing, there's a 4-day match playing as we speak. And after the 6th over, I'll give you a rundown on the scorecard in that match, because they will take a break after 6 overs. But thus far in this overs, there have been 4 singles. Should we get a boundary, whether 4 or 6, in the next 2 deliveries, it will be a good over. And that is one of the reasons why you don't want to waste delivery in T20 cricket, because 4 single, it's a good over so far for the bowling team. But a boundary now will change it. And Quiana Joseph delivered with a 6. Oh, she's 6 runs. I think she touched the rope. I think she touched the rope, and I think as she dropped, she touched the rope. But they're going to check it, though. It was a big hit, but I think as she fell, she touched the rope. They're going to check it. I really think this is a 6. But they're going to check it. So I thought that it gone for 6, but she picked out the fielder because I thought that she hit it more in front. But it appeared that it went backward, but they're going to check it. I think that this is a 6. Oh, wonder if she never saw the fielder. Let's go back. She touched the rope. She touched it. She touched it. She touched it. Look at that now. She goes back. She took the catch. She comes down. Oh, you know, it's a brilliant catch, though, you know. It's a brilliant catch on the boundary. Way above her head, and she was able to take the catch. She fell just inside the boundary and was able to keep her balance. She never slid or anything. What a catch. That catch will be played over and over and over again. It was an absolute brilliant catch, and this is the thing about T20 cricket, because I was saying that 4 singles out of the over, we get a boundary now, and getting a boundary would have won the over. I never even remember that we could one of our players could get out, and that shot was either going to be the shot that let West Indies win the over, or if the fielder held on to the catch, which she did remarkably well. She jumped high above her head on the boundary, and she came down with the catch. She didn't toss it up in the air. She fell to the ground, and somehow she was able to keep her balance and prevent herself from going into the boundary. But that wicket was a result of good bowling. But was Nelson Wiseman, good morning to you. That it was a result of good bowling by Scotland, because 24 for 1 now West Indies. Matches to face, end of over number 5. The first delivery by Chinel, and it was a Shemaine Campbell, was a dot ball. But this is very, very good by Scotland. So the pressure is on the West Indies now. The pressure. So Catherine Bryce, the captain, will bowl our second over. Her first over went for 6, so Bryce comes into Matthews, and Matthews got a Yorker, which she dogs out, and Canberra goes through quickly as the fielder come off the deep backward square leg boundary. So she swung it. This is a big boundary. Brilliant, brilliant. She went down on her elbow, not afraid to touch the ground, and she protected the ball. She protected the ball, and that was very important. One of the other things that I want to point out there is that in the West Indies, that would have been 6. You remember we were playing against Australia, and I was asking, why is it that with our small boundaries, we are still bringing them in? Right? We are still bringing them in. Here now, and as a big field, that's a 60-meter hit, a 60-meter hit in the Caribbean, it gone for 6. And Matt just swing this away down to deep mid-wicket, on the bounce to the fielder, just drop short of her. So they're bowling extremely well. But you get the point I'm making. In the Caribbean, a 60-meter hit would have gone for 6. Because although our grounds are much smaller, we still bring in the boundary to make them smaller for the women. Catherine Bryce, she comes in, bowls to Canberra, and Canberra whip this away, down back with a square leg, it running out towards the boundary. Good shot, Campbell. 4 runs, 31 for 1 after 5.4. So it was down the leg side, and Campbell just clip it off her hip, and it goes down, beat the short fire leg to her left and to the right of the backward square leg into the boundary for 4. Good shot. West Indies move up to 31 for 1 with 2 deliveries to come in the power play. Here's Bryce. She comes in, bowls to Canberra, and Canberra taken on the pad. Matthews call her through for a single. Let's see if she got an inside edge onto that. There has been no appeal, so she probably got an inside edge. The score goes up to 32 for 1 after 5.5. More than likely, she got an inside edge. As I promised you, I will go through the West Indies batting card in the match that is presently going on. Matthews gave herself room. Bryce followed her. Canberra called through for the leg by 33 for 1 at the end of the power play. I think they will have their tactical timeout. Yes, they're going to have their tactical timeout. So once again, I must remind you that Scotland won the toss, asked West Indies to bat first. It's out. It's out. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I don't see West Indies men taking that catch because they don't pay so much attention to detail. They and I always said you have to protect the ball. We saw where Moti gave up something like that some time ago. So, you know, so West Indies, as I promised you, I'm going to give you the scorecard for the Select 11, West Indies Select 11 versus Sri Lanka. And just before I do, let me give you, there's the West Indies playing 11 on the screen, so well, I don't have to give it to you. Quiana Joseph has been dismissed, and we are 33 for 1. But over to the Select 11 match that is going on. Akeem Ogis, he made 12, he faced 41 deliveries, he hit 1-4. So Akeem Ogis made 12, he faced 41 deliveries, hit 1-4. Kirk McKenzie went leg before wicket for 58. He faced 107 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes. Jonathan Drakes made naught. He faced 5 deliveries. Kevin Wickham batted 58 deliveries. He had 2 fours. He made 20. Kemal Savory made 7, 13 deliveries. Kevin Imlach once again failed. He made naught, faced on 4 deliveries. The not-out batsmen are Kemo Paul on 1, Joshua Da Silva on 5. West Indies Select 11, 122 for 6 after 40.2 overs. 122 for 6. Kirk McKenzie, the top scorer thus far, with 58 from 107 deliveries, 5 fours, 2 sixes. So that's the update on that match. West Indies Select 11. The Alzara Joseph, Niall Simmet, and O'Jay Shields are the batsmen left to come. So Ogis there struggling again. And you know, somebody were asking me if I feel sorry for cricketers like Kevlin Anderson and Akeem Ogis, and I said no, I don't feel sorry for them, not one bit, not in the least. We hope that if they thought that they could bat, they realize that they can't bat, and they go and work hard and come back. I can't sorry for persons who are not trying to master their game. You need to master your game, man. And it was simple a matter that persons like Kevin Anderson and Akeem Ogis, they're not ready for this yet. They need to master their game. You know, so I cannot be sorry for them. They need to put in the work. It's not like this, it's a physical injury or anything like that. So I have no time being sorry for them when it is their fault why they are in the position they are in, because they make a little score and persons start telling them that they can bat, and they stop trying to improve and try to master the basics. So why should I sorry for someone who can master the basic but is not spending the time to master the basics? Lovely shot by Campbell, but she cannot beat backward point. 34 for 1. We're over number 7. 35 now for 1. They go through for a single. So it was short outside the half stump, and she cuts it, and she cuts it hard. But there's a diving effort by the field at backward point who got her left hand to it and stopped it. And they still went through for a single. So Matthews is on strike. Slater in her third over, 2.2 overs, 1 for 7. The left arm seamer, she's over the wicket, goes to Ailey Matthews. They play tip and run. The keeper came from behind the stump but could not effect the run out, as Matthews was always ahead of her. And so that is good running, you know. That is very, very good running. You're not getting away the ball. You're not getting away the boundaries. This looked like a good toss to have won, you know. It appears that it was a really good toss to have won, because this pitch appears to be gripping. So let's watch now as Matthews secors. Slater to Matthews, use her feet, swing and a miss. It goes through to the keeper. Sorry, it's Campbell who swing and miss at that one, and it goes through to the keeper. She probably should have been looking to go over the offside instead of looking to go leg side. In the end, though, she swung at it, she missed, and it goes through to the keeper. And West Indies just Really struggling here to get the run rate up. We are just at 5.4. I think we need 140, 150 to be competitive. So let's see. 36 for 1. Slater is in. Bowls to Canberra, and Canberra slapped this through the covers. It's running out towards the boundary. The fielder came to her right, picked up the second for 1. The score goes up by 1 to 37 for 1. 1 delivered to come in over number 7. So that was slapped through the offside, but only a single. 1 delivered to come. Campbell, she's an 8 from 7. Matthews is on 13 from 19. Similar innings to Saturday, where she really struggled to get the ball off the ground. There's a deep backward point on the boundary. There's a, comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews covers up and played it to backward point, and there is no run. End of over number 7. End of over number 7. West Indies 37 for 1. 37 for 1 at the end of over number 7. Yeah. 37 for 1. So new bowler into the attack, Fraser. She replaces Catherine Bryce. She comes in now. The right arm off spinner. Campbell reverse sweep, and it goes down to the boundary for 4. First delivery, she reverse sweep, and it gone for 4. Campbell is on 12, and she's playing another good innings thus far. 41 for 1 in over number 8. Over number 8. First delivery, she pulled out the reverse sweep. For a moment there, my heart was in my mouth because I was wondering if she picked out the short third man. But no, she beat the short third man. And once she does, it was always going to be 4. So there's a short third man, a backward point, an extra cover, a long off, a deep mid wicket, a deep long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square leg. But they're making some adjustment to the field right now as Fraser is going to comes in now. She bowls to Chambers down the pitch, and she clips it away down to long on for a single. So 1 more to the total. So it's a 5-4 field, and in the women game, only 4 fielder is allowed out even after the power play. Not like the men game where you have 5 fielders allowed out. Only 4 is allowed out in the women game. So the 4 fielders that as Matthews drive down to long on for a single, the score goes up by 1 to 44 for 1. So I can tell you that the onside field, and we have seen this being used a lot. It's almost the go-to field now in the World Cup, where there's a short fine leg, and then you have a deep backward square leg on the boundary, a deep mid wicket on the boundary, and a long on. It's almost the go-to field, and those are the 4 that is on the onside now. As she swings this in the air down towards that field at deep backward square leg, that's Campbell. 1 more, it bunks to her. So 1 more to the total. So they have 4 in the ring on the offside, saving the single and 1 deep. And then you have 4, 1 on the onside and 3 deep. Matthews pulled away at the last moment as somebody walked across the side screen. A damn idiot walks across the side screen. 44 for 1. So 44 for 1. Matthews, she's seconds now. That's Fraser. 7 out of this over so far. She comes in now, bowls to Matthews, who gave herself room and is bowled down. She struggled right through, and they're laughing. The Scotlands are laughing, and you know that gets me very, very, very upset. It gets me very upset to see them laughing. So Matthews, she gave herself room. She looks to cut, and the ball hit the middle stop. But she, in all honesty, she has been struggling, and she did make 40 odd on Saturday. But those of us who watched the game knew that she struggled for a long while. And, I know that she's probably At this time in her career, she's our premier batter. You know, overall, you could say that Stephanie Taylor overall is a better batswoman than Ailey Matthews. But I think that Ailey Matthews is on the other side of the hill coming down, and Matthews is on the other side of the hill going up, and Matthews have passed her, you know. But at this stage in West Indies cricket, Ailey Matthews is our premier batswoman, and she has been struggling to get the ball off the square. She did get away a few Saturday, but she struggled before that. And you know, she was just trying her best to free up herself, but it's just not happening. And we wish her all the best in coming on in the future in the tournament. Last delivery from Fraser, tapped into the inside by Dutton. They got a single. End of over number 8. West Indies 45 for 2 at the end of over number 8. Jamor Small, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Elton. Good afternoon, Gully Side. John P. Nickel, good afternoon. So the score is, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And I really appreciate it very much. So good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button. So Gordon is going to come into the attack now. Gordon replacing Slater. As they're just showing us the DJ. And I hope she's a good DJ. I hate those DJ who disrupt the cricket. You know, the other day, West Indies chasing 190 in the second T20. And the DJ playing almost after every delivery is ball. You can't do that when your team are chase 190, boss. You have to load the batsman them for just circle and brain, man. Play the music between the overs if you have to. And make sure you stop quick enough. Gordon is a left-arm orthodox spin and she rocks back but cannot beat the inner field and there is no run. She really kept her eye on the ball, but the ball was probably a little bit too full for her to play that shot. But is that's how the cricket goes? That's how the cricket goes, you know. 46 for 2 West Indies. Over number 9. Ailey Matthews gone for 14 from 22 deliveries. The left-arm orthodox spinner. She bowls to Campbell, uses her feet nicely and strokes it down to long on for another run. The score goes up by 1 to 47 for 2 after 8.3 overs. West Indies really struggling here, but somehow we have to find a way to get up to 150. So those are the 4 on the offside. They're bowls to off the back foot, and Dutton looks to hit that too hard, and she bottom edge it back to the bowler Gordon, who have bowled 4 deliveries and have only conceded 2 runs. She's a left-arm orthodox spinner. She's bowling round the wicket, a straight run-up like Hussain. She drops in more than Hussain, though. She comes in, bowls to Dutton. Dutton works his way into the inside. A touchdown for 1. Will they go back for 2? They said, yes, I'm coming. They shy at the non-strikers, and Canberra beat it comfortable, and they're back for 2, 49 for 2. So that ball was just played out into the inside and onside. And as I told you, there's a short fine leg, then there's a deep backward square leg on the boundary. There's a deep mid-wicket on the boundary, and there's a long on. So once they play that ball towards mid-wicket and played it slowly enough, it's a keeper to give chase, and then she have second thought, and the fielder coming off the deep mid-wicket boundary just could not get there before they come back. They came back for 2. So Campbell touched down and Dutton touched down and looked at each other and they said, yes, we are going back for 2, and they did. As Garda comes in, bowls to Dutton off the back foot, she played it hard back to the bowler, and there is no run. End of over number 9. West Indies 49 for 2 after 9 overs. Quiana Joseph and Ailey Matthews or the batswoman gone. West Indies 49 for 2. I like the running between the wicket. Yes, man. Yeah, I hope we get up to 150. Definitely, if we go up to 150, I think that would be a competitive score gully side. Please remember to become a member of our club on Patreon and support the Cricket Forum. As you know, without your support, we cannot do this. We cannot do a live stream and a watch along. So we ask for your support and please continue to do so. And we want to welcome all the Cricket Forum members right here, right now. I have not seen Garth Ains yet. Garth Ains was not happy with what I said yesterday. And I know that sooner or later Garth Ains will be here. So we see some members of the community like Banana Brooks. We don't see Garth Ains and, you know, Roxanne Gray and so on. So we really welcome all the members of the community. So another bowling change here for Scotland. Abel, she's a right-arm medium fast bowler. She has played 30 matches and she has gotten 24 wickets. Her economy is 6.1, but most of those runs came against lower tier team. Full toss outside the off stump, slapped away by Campbell down towards the cover. Datin called her back and said she's coming. The return comes in at the bowler's end, but Datin beats it. Well done. Good running. She ran hard there. 51 for 2. West Indies 50 is up. Campbell moved to 17. 50 off 9.1 overs. It was a full toss. It was wide. She has to stretch a little. It would have been signal wide, but she thought that, well, it's a full toss. Let me see if I can get it through for 4. It didn't happen. 51 for 2 as Abel, the right-arm medium fast bowler. She's over the wicket. Bowls to Campbell. Full toss again. This should be a no ball. She swung it down to deep mid-wicket. Straight to the fielder. That must be a no ball. That must be above waist height. Surely. Let's watch and see. But, you know, these ladies that are playing for Scotland, you could really say they are probably England second 11 or so, because most of them play county cricket. It's not a no ball. I would really love to see the replay of that. So the field remained the same on the onside, and then there's a short third man, the backward point, the extra cover, and the mid-off, and the sweep on the cover boundary. So those are the 5 on the offside. She bowls to Datin, and Datin eases this down to long on for a singer. So no change to the field for both batswomen. It's the short third man, the backward point, and then you have the field and the cover boundary, and then you have the extra cover and the mid-off. So 4 persons saving 1 on the offside, and the short third man is the only fielder saving 1 on the onside. Then there's acres of room on the outside. Hit down the ground in the air, beat the mid-on into the boundary for 4. So they brought up the mid-on to try to stop the singer, and then this bowler tossed up a full toss, which hit straight by Campbell down the ground for 4. And I think that there was no need to bowl the 6th bowler, and they gave her over. And she has bowled a number of full toss in the over thus far, but that was the first one that went for a boundary. 8 she conceded thus far. She comes in over the wicket, bowls to Campbell, and Campbell swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. She lost her shape there. You know, she definitely lost her shape. She was not looking at that ball in at all. She needed was to come forward, head over the ball, and press it through the offside. Look at the replay here. There's it. Look how she lost her shape. You see it? She lost her shape. With only 1 fielder out on the offside boundary, she just need to come forward, press it through the offside, beat the gap. So here is Abel. Abel comes in, bowls high in the air, chance from it on, chance. She comes around, dropped. Well, they didn't get to it as she hit it over the top, and they come back for 2. Brilliant running by Datin. So she hit it high in the air. The mid-off and the mid-on was, they were in, it went over their head. They could not get back to it. That's 10 runs from that over. 10 runs from that over. Productive over by the West Indies. You understand? She got 3 chances on Saturday and couldn't get to 50 and continues to struggle today. I believe we need at least 150 to give ourselves a chance. Yeah, but she did struggle on Saturday, as I said. But we, as our captain, you really have to hope that the team continue to win. And then by the time, hopefully, if the team continues to win, we reach the semifinals, and all of a sudden she comes good. Because that is one of the things things having such a dangerous player in your team. The other teams are fretting that Ailey Matthews is struggling. They are absolutely fretting that she's struggling because they know that the class player she is, if she comes good against any one of them, she can take the match away from them. So Sri Lanka, Ireland, and England, they're fretting. Right now, they are fretting. And I say, yo, we want Ailey Matthews to play that big innings against Scotland today, you know. She didn't, so they're fretting. 60 for 2. Garda comes in, down the pitch, come Campbell, looks to sweep, loud appeal. Have they given it? No, but she uses her feet and then looks to sweep. She was a long way out of her crease, and it's going to be always hard to give that. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Pardon me? Not yet. Probably I'll eat it during the break, but it's good. It's good. I thank you very much. Yes, thanks. I'm getting something to eat here, and I have to big up the wife, you know, they have to big up the missus. It's good when she's here. Yes. 61 for 2 after 10.3. Right now, we'll want the over for finish so that we can bite into this. But let's swept away by Campbell down towards the fielder coming around from deep midwicket to misfield, and they will come back for 2 more to the West Indies total. That carried the score now to 63 for 2 after 10.4 over. 63 for 2 after 10.4. Okay. Yeah. 63 for 4. 63 for 2. Sorry. As Dutton pulled this away down towards deep backward square leg. 1 more to the total. So it's 64 now for 2. I didn't want us to lose 2 wickets on 63. Else everyone would have blamed me. 1 delivery to come in the over. 64 for 2. Gardner bows down the pitch, come Campbell, and she just uses her feet. I wonder if the West Indies male players are looking at this. They come through for 2. The return is wild. Well run, Dutton. Dutton said, I am going to the danger end. Come to Campbell. I will get there. And she did. And she got there comfortable as the return was wild. End of the over. 66 now for 2. Sorry, as I never realized that my mic was muted there. I apologize. I never recognized that it was muted, you know, because I was eating and I didn't want it to distort. So I muted the mic and forget to unmute it. 68 for 2, Dr. is on 10. She's on strike. Fraser, who picked up the weight of Matthews. She comes in, bows, Hindi here by Dottin. 1 bounce onto the field at long on. We're just not getting the boundaries here, you know. We need the boundaries. This is over number 12. Our run rate is still below 6. We definitely need to get up to 140, 150, and I think that we can defend 150. As Fraser comes in down the pitch, miss stump, it will run away towards the boundary for some buys. The fielder giving chase, can't get there. 4 by. Oh, are they signaling run? Oh, she got an edge to it. Campbell got an edge to it. That's what put off the keeper. She came down the pitch. She drive. Oh, big edge. Oh, well played, Campbell. Well played. Can't blame the keeper for that big edge. And it goes down to the boundary for 4. And probably that's why it travels so quickly. So Campbell continues to use his feet. And I really hope some of our male players are watching how Campbell use her feet. And they could learn a thing or two for her. She's not afraid to use her feet to the spinners. She's on 32 from 21, and she's continued to play a look at innings. Round the wicket comes ball, and she sweep. Straight to short, fine leg, but that didn't call her through. The return comes in. The keeper whipped off the bails. No damage done. 74 for 2 at the end of over number 12. Campbell on 33. Dattin on 11. 74 for 2. So Catherine Bryce, the captain, she will continue. So she's bowling 1 over spell. This match has been played at Leeds, right? So you will expect there's a lot of West Indians around. As Campbell eases into the offside, that thing is running them ragged, you know. She's running them ragged, absolutely ragged, ragged. They can't manage her, that thing. What happened there? Oh, here's Bryce. He comes in, bowls to Campbell, who drives down to long off. Dattin should say for another single. Both of them are short, and since Dattin have lost the weight, she looked to scoop that and misses. Drives, good shot, down the ground, but there's a long on in place who field one more to the West Indies total, 77 over 2. Comes in, balls down the pitch, comes darting, and she hits this down to long on. The fielder had to move to her right, and Campbell says she's coming back for 2, poor return, and they got through for 2. So West Indies is really running for everything here, you know. Oh, there's a sweet sound off the bat there just now, but will they come back for 2? Yes, Campbell say, yes, I'm coming back. The return comes in. Or was it a replay? It was a replay. Sorry, it was a replay. 79 for 2. Yes, Bryce comes in now. Balls to Dattin. He uses her feet and is out stump. Dattin run past and is out stump, and West Indies lost their 3rd wicket at 79 for 3. At the end of over number 13, West Indies losing their 3rd wicket, 79 now for 3. So that thing just running past that one as she came down the pitch and she went across the line. And so West Indies lost their third wicket. Edenley Leeds, yes. Yes, they are playing at Leeds, so we expect a large number of West. Thank you, Banana Brooks. Yes, um, we expect a large number of West Indian fans to be there. Yeah, Jamor Small, I can't, you don't want her to get out Jamor Small, but really and truly, she have to go. When I say have to go, we only have 7 overs leaving the innings, and with only 2 wickets down, was that the right shot to play? We don't see another bowler coming into the attack here named Carter. Hope to serve up some half volley and some full toss. She's a right arm off break bowler. She has only got 19 wickets in 44 matches, so she can't be a big threat. I would doubt that she's a big threat. And it's the same orthodox feel that I've been telling you about, the short fine leg, the deep backward square leg, the deep mid wicket, and the long on. Then there's 4 in a circle on the offside. Sometimes they have the sweep on the cover boundary. Sometimes they have her at long off. I can't tell you right now, but I can tell you that there's a short fine leg, there's a backward point, and there's an extra cover. As that one is turned into the onside by Canberra, and they're coming back for 2 as the fielder just reached there. She whipped the return in and she's out, run out. Campbell goes, run out. Oh, she ran out. Wow. Wow. And the informed batter, Campbell, is out, run out. Good work there by the fielder coming off the mid-wicket boundary. She dived, but she probably was running so much. Let's see if she touched down. Did she wait? No, she didn't wait. She decided to come back. The return comes in on the bounce. She dived, but she was always late. This is a big blow, 80 for 4. That's a 80 for 4, and they're going. This is the strategic timeout. So they are taking the strategic timeout now. Because the wicket fell in the 14th over. Usually the strategic timeout would have come after the 14th over. But let me hear your comment. Let me hear your comment while that is going on. Justin Langer would say, keep your eye on the ball. Jamor Small is saying that. Congratulations on your beautiful private stadium. What's the capacity? 120,000. Um, oh boy, said Jamor. 2 new batters at the crease, and yes, I said it yesterday, and the coach himself said it. Scotland is not a weak team. Scotland is not a weak team. Scotland is like England second 11. So we cannot take Scotland for granted. They have beaten us in the past, and we have to be mindful of that. So we cannot take them for granted. We have to be mindful of that. They have beaten us in the past. They have beaten us in the past, especially in one-day cricket. They have beaten us. I don't think they have ever beat us in T20 cricket, but we cannot take them for granted. And 80 for 4, it depends on what we do from here. Can we get another 60 off the remaining 6.5 overs? Can we get 60 from the remaining 41 deliveries? Can Chinel Henry play one of those blinder that she played at the WPL and get West Indies up? One of the things that I don't really like, and I don't like to hope for things and then they don't happen, because sometimes when you hope for things, what you hope for doesn't happen. Gully side said, no problem, we will win. It's a tough fight, Gully side. It's a tough fight. I want us to win. I would never bet against the West Indies. But this Scotland team is not a straightforward win. It's not a straightforward win. And Europe now is is cocky about the cricket, you know. Europe is cocky about the cricket. They boast about how they have what 4 teams in this tournament: England, Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands. I think yeah, there was some talk about Europe have 4 teams in the tournament, you know. Henry drives to extra cover and they stay in their crease. The score remains at 80 for 4. So really need something special from Henry today. And it is good to see her back in the team. So Carter comes around the wicket, bowls to Henry, and Henry just eases that to backward point, and there is no run. The return comes in, but it was good work from the keeper. You know, she realized that. Look, as I said that, look at her now. Look at her come in front of the stump. She doesn't wait on the ball to pass the stump. She determined that the ball was not going to hit the stump. So she go in front, catch it, and guide it onto the stump. If she had waited on it to pass the stump, she would have got there. Full toss over the top, down to the boundary 4. 84 for 4. So Carter just tossing up that one, and Henry hit it down to the boundary for 4. So if you look back at it again, look at, well, they show you the full toss. She determined that the ball was not going to hit the stump. So she's not going to wait on it to pass the stump. She took it, driven into the offside, straight to the fielder, and there is no run. So end of over, well, 1 to come in over number 14. And that is a good bit of wicket keeping. You recall I always talking about that the wicket keeper need to determine where the ball is going and adjust accordingly. That's what happened there just now. Carter comes into Henry, and she fired it in straight, dead at the stump. These Scotland, one of the things that they are doing, they are bowling every ball straight at the stump. It's a long time Claxton is there, not yet faced a delivery. You know, she have seen 2 wickets. Well, she came to the crease and should have seen a wicket gone down without even facing a delivery. Yeah, they are bold. It appears that they're not trying to turn the ball or anything. The tactics is we bowl straight. We bowl straight at the stump. So West Indies now need to hit the ball straight. Yeah, hit the ball straight. If they are bowling straight at the stump, we need to hit the ball straight. So 6 overs to go. 84 for 4. That's exactly 6 runs and over. Gardy is going to come back into the attack. So they have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bowlers. Garden was bowled 2 overs for 11 runs. She's a left-arm orthodox spinner. She comes over the wicket to the left-handed Jazara Claxton, who turn it into the onside. The fielder come off the backward square leg boundary field, and they go through for a single. So she's off the mark. First delivery she faced, tucked it into the onside. So Henry comes into strike. So let's see what Henry will do. She comes into strike now. She got a second now as Gardner comes into Henry, and Henry again played it back to the bowler on the bounce. That traveled a long way in the air, you know. Bounce too close to the bowler for comfort. And they continue to just bowl straight at the stump. Look at this now. Gardner, left arm orthodox. Round the wicket, comes in, bowls to Henry again straight at the stump. Plumb leg before that Muscat, she gone. Henry goes. They're just bowling straight at the stump. That's all they're doing, and nothing. They're just bowling straight on the stump on a good length and a good line. And West Indies are not getting the ball away. Henry review it, but I know she's dead. Yeah, it's time to get some 6 and 4s. Maybe Taylor can rekindle some of the glory, said Garth Ains. How you doing, Garth Ains? Welcome, man. Oh, Garth Ains, good to have you here, man. Garth Ains said, listen what I said carefully. Don't misquote me, Mr. Brown. Garth Ains, a member of the Cricket Forum Club on Patreon. Big up yourself. Brian Paul is saying, poor cricket, our batters allowing the pressure to get to them. Yeah, they need to hit the ball straight. And you look at this and you will realize that Chinel Henry go across the line. You see what I mean? If she had hit that ball straight, it would have gone down the ground. So, and as I think I said it about 2, 3 deliveries ago, that all the Scottish are doing, they're bowling straight at the stump, and we must hit the ball straight down the ground. And she going across the line. So it's simple, basic. I told you 2, 3 deliveries ago, that's what they are doing. They are not trying to turn the ball. They are not trying to do nothing, probably just vary the pace. Maybe that's the most they are doing, vary the pace of the ball. That's the most. So we must hit the ball straight. And if Shane Deeds can't see that, tell me, why is he the coach of the team? You know? It dead. It dead. It dead. If Shane Deeds, because if Shane Deeds can't see that, why is he the coach of the team? All they're doing is bowling wicket to wicket. And we are playing across the line. The greatest example of it happened right there just now. And persons often say, why are we the #1 cricket channel? It's because we can see these things before they happen. No other channel tell you these things before they happen, you know. Most of the other channel, they just quote numbers and give their emotional opinion and back their countrymen and countrywomen. I could tell you, and I told you, that all the Scottish are doing is bowling wicket to wicket, bowling straight at the stump, and we need to hit the ball down the ground. I hope they are listening to me. I hope they usually listen to me at these matches. Somebody usually listen on the phone and try to get a feeling of what I'm saying, because sometimes I say some things that make sense to them. But they must see this. Stephanie Taylor played this away through the offside, it running out towards the cover boundary. It gets there now. Good shot by Taylor, 4 runs. The score goes up to 89 for 5. You know, I'm going to stop predict how many we should get. I'm just going to hope that, and just hope that the one ball at a time. One ball at a time. You know, Gordon bowls to Taylor, who looks to sweep, and it's wide signal. 90 for 5 West Indies. 90 for 5 with 2 deliveries to come in over number 15. And we have lost 3 quick wickets, you know. 3 quick wickets. Gordon comes in, the left arm orthodox spinner, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor beat the extra cover. The long off has to do some work, but they stay on 1 now, and the score goes up by 1, 91 for 5. You know, they're always going to stay on 1 after that run out, because we were running out at a 2, which if the returns were good, somebody would have run out already. And once the returns weren't good, we were going to continue to run them, because you're forcing them to feel good, you know, and now they feel good. So the field remained the same. The deep field on the offside is the long off, and that beat the extra cover. Work for the long off, come to her right, can't beat it. Good shot there by Janela Claxton. So Gardner pitched that one up, and Claxton was into the drive, and it went away for 4. 95 for 5 at the end of over number 15. 95 for 5 at the end of over number 15. Gully side, I'm asking you, don't give any more score, please. Please, Gully side, don't give any more score. Gartain said West Indies playing dunce cricket. Hopefully Henry can get some runs. Well, she's gone. I know that you have tight that maybe Taylor can rekindle some old glory. Let's see. But it's 1 ball at a time we're taking it out. I believe we're going to recover from here. Might start off slow, but we're going to recover in Jesus' name, said Jamor Sawal. You know, time to get some 6 and 4. Man, park lover Olona who don't know anything about cricket. He doesn't know anything about cricket. Fraser to continue. 95 for 5. She's in her 3rd over now. She comes in, bowls to Taylor down the leg side. She sweeps. She get the bottom edge onto her pad. It goes out to deep mid wicket, a singer. 1 more to the total. 96 now for 5 West Indies. You know, there were times when we said that we could probably defend 96 against Scotland, but not these days. They have bowled well, you know. They have really, really bowled well. They've really bowled well, really. So I'm not going to even quote the projected score on the screen. So Claxton is there. So Fraser is going to come round the wicket. The right arm off spinner. She's round the wicket, bowls to Claxton. Down the pitch, hit it up and over, down towards deep, extra cover. The fielder comes around, picks up, and they stay on one. One thing about the West Indies batsmen, they're not afraid to use their feet. And you have to give credit to whosoever giving them that confidence. The return was poor, and it allowed West Indies to get a second run. The return came in. Well, it was in a sense, it was poor, but the bowler took her eye off the ball and it bounced away. Oh, it's cold. It's cold. Fraser bowls to Claxton, who gave herself room as she was using her feet, and the bowler threw it wide off the stump, and she cuts it away down towards the fielder on the cover boundary. West Indies goes up now to 99 for 5. So these West Indies batsmen not afraid to use their feet here. The screen is now buffering. Oh, this is not good. It's not good. So there, Muma with a smile on her face. Campbell is still serious. Chinel Henry needs to deliver for the West Indies, Oh, through the gap. Comes around. Taylor just hitting that inside out through the gap. Despite the effort that the fielder close in, long off had to come to her right. West Indies 100 is up. 101 for 5 after 15.4 overs. 6 runs out of this over thus far. 10 kits delivered for every 100 runs. Okay. Turn away into the onside. They're going out towards the deep mid-wicket boundary. They're not looking for 2 anymore. That run out prevent those 2. So 7 runs from this over. I like the fact that the West Indies batters are using their feet, but I don't want to see Claxton leaving home before the ball is delivered. I'm going to watch now and see. She looks to reverse sweep. She got the gloves on it. Can't beat the short third man. End of over number 16. 102 for 5. The run rate is 6.38. 102 for 5. Garth Aids, what are you talking about? My friend, that's the role of the coach, to say to the girls, to say to your team, whatsoever, not only the West Indies team, but that's the role of the coach. He needs to see the tactics that in any sport, as a coach, you need to identify the tactics of the opponent and counter it. So what is about blame Shane Deeds? And first place, I'm not blaming Shane Deeds. I will only blame Shane Deeds if he doesn't see what the tactics of Scotland is. And that's the role of a coach in any sport, is to see the tactics of the opposition and try and counter it. So if Scotland is bowling straight at the stump and our coach is not saying to the girls they are bowling straight at the stump, hit the damn ball straight, of course you have to blame him. So come on, God. But I didn't blame him. I didn't blame him. I said, I hope they are seeing it. But the role, and if they are not doing that, then he has to get blamed, because that's the role of the coach, my friend. Come on, God. Poor comment, that one. That was a poor comment. If you thought that my introduction yesterday was a poor comment and misquote you, that comment from you today was a poor one. Let's go. Looking forward to more comment. As Claxton gave herself room and slapped this ball down the ground for another run. 104 now for 5. 104 for 5. We're in over number 17. 3 overs to go after this. 22 deliveries remaining in the West Indies innings. Bryce bowled a Yorker dead at the mega stump. Hit it down the ground for a single. Claxton. Taylor, is it? Mixing up the name when the names are right in front of me there. So Taylor is 11 from 7. Claxton is 9 from 6. 21 deliveries remaining in the West Indies innings. Again, tossed up on the stump and she hit it down to long off for another single. One more to the total. I am comfortable. I'm comfortable with them hitting the ball down the ground. Sooner or later, they will miss their line or miss their length. They're not robot. Even one delivery out of the over, they're going to miss their line and miss their length. But if they're bowling straight at the stump, continue to get the single down the ground. And that is slapped away past the bowler down towards long off for another single. So that, like that now, she missed her length, but Taylor did not capitalize. That was the 4 ball that she bowled just now, you know. But Taylor did not capitalize. And that's how it happened. 107 for 5. Here's Catherine Bryce, the captain. She comes round the wicket, bowls to Claxton, who gave herself room and swung this high in the air. Let's see where it gone. It gone for 6. Good over. Good over that by the West Indies. Good cricket. Good cricket. You guys see that? Well, I know that you guys know that I know the cricket. But when I demonstrate the cricket in that way, even before it happened, I really feel good about myself. Well, you know, cause that's what you need to do. They're bowling straight at the stump, hit the ball down the ground. They are not robot. They're going to miss 1 or 2 out of the over. When they miss, you capitalize. And that's what I'm saying. And the previous delivery, they missed the length. Taylor was unable to capitalize. They missed the length again. They missed the line too because they were too close to Claxton. And she capitalized and hit it for 6. 113 for 5. Good batting by the West Indies. You know? So, oh, lovely shot by Taylor. She came down the ground and hit that. Is it gone for another 6? She just danced down the ground and hit it for 4. Oh, 1 bounce, dead straight. Hit them straight. That's it. That's it. I'm laughing because I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself to can reason the cricket like this. As I always say, I just don't talk score and I just don't talk emotion. I taught the things. Here is Fraser again. She gave herself room and she hit it over the top, down towards the boundary. 4 more. Brilliant shot by Taylor. And she's playing a little gem here, 20 from 10 deliveries. 121 for 5. Oh, what a shot by Taylor. So let's watch now as 121 for 5. Taylor down the pitch again and she hit it hard towards long off, straight to the fielder this time. And the score goes up by 1 to 122 for 5. 122 for 5 now is the score. So the field remained the same, orthodox, the same standard field. The sweeper, though, is on the cover boundary, not the long off boundary. Claxton hit this high in the air, down towards long on, and she got enough. No, she's out, caught. That's okay. That's okay. She has to go. And when I said has to go, I mean, you know, you could say that hit the ball and get a single, but no, man, it's risk and reward. And this time it never came right out of the screw and she was caught on the long on boundary. It's risk and reward. You know, doesn't matter how she catch it. Some person will say that catch almost dropped, but no, it's risk and reward. 122 for 6. It's risk and reward. That's it, you know. Manor Park, I don't know. Manor Park, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with you. It's clear that you don't like West Indies cricket. So you don't think I don't think I told you what is happening, and I told you what I hope the coach is doing, and I told you that if he's not doing it, I hope they're listening to the broadcast, they watch along as they usually do, and at least he will now realize that's what needs to be done. I don't know if he's telling them that or not, but the adjustment has been made, and you see them now continue to No, bowling straight is a revolutionary, but they are doing it, and if they are bowling straight, West Indies need to hit the ball straight, Banana Brooks, and that's what I'm saying. Fraser comes in, bowls to Glasgow, plays it through the offside. The fielder misfield. They'll run one, they will run two, they'll come back for two as just a little adjustment there by Glasgow as she was touching down a little short, but then she has to come back. She was able to come back for two. So Glasgow is batting well, Glasgow, I think, is averaging 20 in T20 international cricket. I think so. Or is it one day she's averaging 20? Somebody like Michael Douglas, who I know will quickly run through the stats and tell us, because, I hope he's here. End of that over though, 124 for 6 after 18. So if Michael Douglas is here, he'll quickly run through the stats and tell us. I could do it quickly because she's averaging 20 in one form of the cricket. Is either T20 or ODI. I'll tell you very shortly which form she's averaging 20 in. So because she's been going well from the other day, so we really need to appreciate her. Yes, so she's averaging 20 in T20s and she's averaging 19 in ODI. So not many batswomen, West Indies batswomen over the year average that in a boss. Not many. She's in a select group of less than 10. For Janela Glasgow to be averaging 20 for the West Indies, I'm telling you, she's in a select group of less than 10. Good shot by Stephanie Taylor. Ho, 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 ho. Gordon just missed her length and inside out over the top by Stephanie Taylor down to the cover boundary for 4 more. 128 for 6 at the start at over number 19. So this again, she got a look of wit, but she still hit it outside. Inside out, 25 from 12 deliveries. Come ball to Taylor, and Taylor, she just lost her shape there a bit just now as she looked to hit it too hard. And maybe if she had just kept her shape and just hit it over long on, but she saw it because Gordon missed her length and that ball should have gone, but she lost her shape. She lost her shape, because she said, yes, this gone, and then she just lifted her head at the wrong time. It came off the inner portion of the bat, goes down to mid-wicket for a single. Glasgow comes into strike. She's on 2 from 2. West Indies 129 for 6. We are over number 19. Gardner, the left-hander, around the wicket, over the wicket, bowls to Glasgow, slapped it hard down to the fielder on the long-hand boundary. They got a single. So the left-arm orthodox spinner Gardner, 3.3 overs, 1 for 28. West Indies 130 for 6. Stephanie Taylor, she's on strike now. She is playing a gem of her innings here. She came in and she's on 26 from 13. That's one bottom edge down to long on, and they will get a single despite the that. Oh, she's coming back for 2. Oh, well run. She should have slid the bat. Why you don't slide the bat? Why she never slide that bat? Why Janela Glasgow never slid the bat? She's not out though, She's not out, but if the ball had hit directly, she would have been out, run out. Gardner comes in, bowls to Stephanie Taylor with his high in the air as she cleared the boundary. Yes, 6 runs. What a gem. Oh, what a gem. Stephanie Taylor is playing here. She's rolling back the clock. Oh, it's like she heard me and she's saying that, you boy, Brown, what do you mean that Ailey Matthews has passed me on the other side of the hill? Hold this. Oh, what a gem. She dunked the pitch and she hit it over long off for 6. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I know Basil Butcher must be a happy man now. 34 from 15. What a innings she's playing. 138 for 6. Gardner comes in. She gave herself room and she cuts and misses. It goes through to the keeper. End of over number 19. 138 for 6. Taylor is on 34 from 16. Glasgow is on 3 from 3. 1 to come in the West Indies innings. Show them how to do it, Claxton. Oh, well, those are a lot is gonna. You see, Manor Park, Lona, I really don't want to read your comment because they are so pessimistic and they are so much, you have nothing good to say about the West Indies team. Real boss, I I don't. Okay, okay. I don't know how to tell you what to tell you. So final delivery, final over. So West Indies have scored 54 runs off the last 30 deliveries, thanks to, in large part, to Stephanie Taylor. So Slater to bowl the final over. 1 for 9 from 3 overs. She has bowled well. Through the through between the stump and the batter, Glasgow, as they're going to look to fire it into the leg stump of Glasgow, you know, because they would have done their homework. They know that she's her strength is on the offside. Trying to get to see if they change the field. And she hit this straight to the fielder at extra cover, and they go through for a singer. And Slater is saying, "Come on, you have to stop that." Or was she saying that the sunlight is in her face? But Stephanie Taylor really plays a gem of an innings. What a knock she's playing. She's really playing a gem, and this is why I often said that a 50% Stephanie Taylor is better than everyone else in the West Indies team except Ailey Matthews. And that's why they keep her around. You know, there's a lot of persons, especially persons in Barbados and so on, love to talk about it's time for Stephanie to step down. And the reason why the persons in Barbados usually say it is just a sort of bias because they know that there's, you know, it's just a sort of bias because they want to say that Ailey is the star. As she hit this well again, she hit it well enough. Has it gone for 6? Let's watch the signal. Yes, 6 more. As the pitched up and she just hit it over long off. So it's just a rivalry between Ailey Matthews in the not between the two ladies themselves, you know, and not and Jamaicans are not involved in it, you know, because we don't get into rivalry with small countries. But in the mind of persons from Barbados, there's this rivalry between them, between Stephanie Taylor and Ailey Matthews in their mind. And so because of that, they want Stephanie Taylor to retire, saying that she's too old and all of those things, which is, you know, we really wonder, they don't have the interest of West Indies cricket at heart. They just want to see their countrywoman being the undisputed star of the team. 146 for 6, 2 deliveries to come. Slater comes into the left-handed Glasgow, who looks to pull, taken on her body. And she's called through for the leg bye. It's going over the stump. Are they going to review it? They should review it. Yes, they are doing so. It's over the stump, but they're just making sure it's bouncing over the stump. But with 1 delivery to go, they just decide, so let's review this. The reason why they review it, if she's out, she's not out, you know. She's not out. But the reason why they review it is that if by any chance, by any luck, she's out, Taylor will be off strike. And that's a tactical reason why they did it. That ball is clearly going over the stump, as you see there. Although the back foot is bent and she's a short lady, I still think it is going over the stump. I definitely still think it is going over the stump. But it was a tactical review. It's a tactical review. Umpire's call. Oh, it was a tactical review. It was definitely a tactical review. As I said, if she was given out, then Stephanie Taylor would be off strike for the final 2 deliveries. The feed. Not that Stephanie can't get out, but who would you prefer to bowl to? Janela Glasgow or Stephanie Taylor? I would prefer to bowl to Janela Glasgow or the incoming batsman. So they have so it's the same field. There's a ring of 4 and the long off. I already told you the 4 on the onside. The short third man, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, and the long on. So short third man, backward point, extra cover, and the long off on the boundary. And Taylor hit this over deep mid wicket, gone for 6. It was back of a length and she hit it for 6. And what a way to end the innings. 47 from 19 deliveries. A magnificent innings by Stephanie Taylor. What an innings from the veteran. Oh my word. The West Indies were struggling when she came to the crease. Absolutely struggling. And she came out and she turned on the trill. Absolutely blistering innings from Stephanie Taylor. When Chinel Henry got out at 85 for 5 in over number 15 with 3 deliveries and 5 overs to remain, she walked to the crease and she faced 19 out of those 33 deliveries that were remaining. And that was again good for the West Indies, whoever were batting with Erna. From that 33 deliveries that were remaining, when she walked to the crease, she was able to face 19 out of the 33. That was good. She faced more than half of them. So whether by design or it just worked out that way, that was good from the West Indies young batters to be able to give Stephanie Taylor most of the strike as she went at 247, a strike rate of 247, 47 from 19 deliveries. She hit 4 fours and 3 sixes, and it was a top class innings by Stephanie Taylor. Wonderful batting. West Indies 153 for 6. Quiana Joseph made 13. She hit 2 fours, faced 15 deliveries. Aileen Matthews made 14. She hit 1 4. She faced 22 deliveries. Shemaine Campbell was run out for 36 from 26 deliveries. She hit 4 fours. She once again batted well. She was trying to come back for a 2. It was a good work by the fielder who bounced the return in, and also by the wicket keeper. I think the wicket keeper is a sister of the captain, and she did some good work to run her out. Datin was stumped as she run past Catherine Bryce, and her sister did the stumping, so good work there. And then Chinel Henry was out leg before. She was plumb leg before. But then Jazara Claxton first, along with Stephanie Taylor, seek to recover as they put on 37 for the 5th wicket. And at 122, Claxton went trying to hit a 6. Nothing wrong with that. And between Janella Glasgow only made 4 of the 31 that she and Stephanie Taylor put on. Blistering innings by Stephanie Taylor, 47 runs from 19 deliveries. She hit 4 fours and 3 sixes. It was an outstanding knock, and we really appreciate that innings from the veteran Stephanie Taylor. I'll be back with you after the break, trying to see if I can find any music here that can be played, and I'll be back with you after the break.
River, my home is over Jordan, deep river, Lord. I want to cross over into campground. Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Oh, don't you want to go to that gospel feast, that promised land where all is deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Oh, don't you want to go to that gospel feast, that promised land where all is peace. Oh, deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. I want to cross over. I want to cross over. I want to cross over into campground.
Set by Sashoy Marshall. Me say every day I see him thing. Teacher look pa me like a me bring this in. Teacher take set pa me. Take a piece of set pa me. Me only touch a boy bag. Him stop. Next thing me know, me name a call. Kemar. Why are we in a mix up? Kemar, move from here. So Kemar, pick up your book. Teacher take sip for me. Every day she call me name. Me know me rude, me know me well. But teacher, me can't get the blame all the time. Teacher take sip for me. Lord, me can't get no ease. Me a try, but my spirit need peace. Me can't sneeze in peace before teacher look upon me like breeze. She said, me need manners. Well, that is true. But remember, teacher, me a human too. Me just talk, detention. Me just laugh, attention. Me just blink, suspension. Teacher take safe for me. Me can't even breathe in peace. Me no hate your teacher, me swear. But sometimes you feel like you no care. You see the trouble before you see the boy. You see the nice before you see the joy. Maybe me act out, me can't lie. But sometimes me just want to ask somebody why. Teacher take step on me. And me tired fi feel this way. Me know me rough, me know me loud, but me still deserve one good day. So teacher, hear me out. Me promise fi try. Give me a little chance before my spirit die. Teacher, take a piece of set for me. But me still a try, me still a try. My if you see me heart, not the little tears me cry. Teacher, take step for me. Me know me not perfect. Teacher, remember, me a human just like you.
Well, teacher take set pan. What's his name? Teacher take set on him. You know, just some halftime innings break as West Indies made 153. We're about to get going for the start of the 153 for 6. Brilliant innings by Stefan Taylor, and then a very good knock by Shemaine Camber once again. So Stefan Taylor there, really exciting the crowd. And what an innings from the veteran West Indies batter, you know? So I say you cannot hear the live TV on Flow Sport. Oh, it's ESPN. I'm watching it on, you know. Daniel Carbon, I don't understand what you're saying. You probably need to slow down and make sure that you construct the sentence so that I at least those who are reading it should it be read that they can understand. Um, no, I don't look at it that way, you know, Michael Douglas, especially that she came out and she made 47 from 19 deliveries. I can't look at it that way. I will never ask why she batted so low, not me. You know. Okay, Kurt Baines. Kurt Baines is banter, you know. It's banter. It's banter, Kurt Baines. It's banter. It's nothing more than banter. If you see me another day, I would probably tell you that you people are the most wonderful in the world. So it's strictly banter. But nonetheless, we are about to get going now for the start of the Scotland innings as they look to get 154. I think we should defend this. I hope it's not Stephanie. I hope it's Chanel Henry starting. I would love to see Chanel Henry and Aiden Matthews start the bowling. I don't want to see any Claxton or any Glasgow trying here. I want to see, well, it's good first up, Chanel Henry with the ball. I hope that is Matthews going to bowl from the other end. Yesterday, I made it clear that, you know, I want to see our 5 best bowlers bowl first. You know? So the West Indies feel Yes, so they have it's practically the same field. They have the two field a square on the boundary, one at backward square leg and one at cover on the boundary. We have a slip in place. Wild start by Henry down the leg side, one without loss. Wild start by her. As you said that, Garth Ames, as as you said that, Garth Ames, I believe so too. Sandiford BRE. I hope I got that right. As I said, so. You know, it is a no ball. It's a no ball and not a wide. So there's a slipper short third man, the sweep on the cover boundary. Then there's a cover, extra cover in the mid off. So it's almost backward point on the boundary. So the sweeper is at backward point on the boundary. It's a 6-3 field. The two fielders out are square on the wicket. Matthews is at slips. Henry comes in. It high in the air. The fielder runs back, took the catch, but they go through for a single. Remind you, it's a free hit. And so Fraser comes into strike. Carter. It was a big no ball, No, this is. I stopped there, because I really hope it's not what I'm thinking in a Chinel Henry. Driven down the ground 4 runs. Pitched up down the ground 4 runs. I must tell you the truth. When I saw the replay of that no ball, my heart sank. I really, really hope it's a genuine no ball, Henry comes in, bowls, hit to mid-on, caught on the bounce. Why she didn't come forward and take the catch, Glasgow? I really want to see where she was. And Matthew's not happy about that. Oh, she just stood back. She just stood back. Henry comes in now to bowl to Fraser, who's throwing her back. She comes in, bowls high, peeled away down to third man for 4. Oh, just where Aileen Matthews moved from the slip, it went. Would it have gone straight down Aileen Matthews' throat? I can't say, but she came out of the slip and the ball flew down to third man for 4. Henry probably, no, I think it would have been wide of her. This is a better hanger. Yeah, she would have no chance. But she just swinging through the line. Henry has to be better. 10 runs from this opening over thus far. 2 deliveries to come. One was a genuine shot. The other was off the edge. She comes in, bowls high in the air again. Will somebody get underneath it this time? Oh, she can't get there. Ramarak. Oh, mix up with the fielder. Kick away the ball. So somebody kick away the ball after they reached there. Ramarak couldn't get there. I think it was Dottin who went after the ball with Ramarak. After the ball dropped, Dottin kicks it away, allowed them to come back for 2. So this is an enterprising start here by Scotland. How long can this last though? So as Dottin was looking to pick up the ball, she kicked it away and they came back for 2, 12 without loss. Enterprising start. Chinel Henry has to be better. She has to pull back that length just a little, but not short enough. She need to hit that spot down. Good shot this now. That gone. That's a real shot. Oh, it hasn't gone. She hasn't timed it, so I'm wrong there. But she used her feet down the ground and hit it over the top. Well, for a moment, I thought it gone. 2 more. Expensive opening over. 14 runs out of that over. Interesting start here. Aileen Matthews time. Scotland decided to make use of the power play. Yeah, I was making the point, Garth Ains. Yeah, it did came to me as I saw, I think it's Stephanie Taylor, and as I saw her getting ready to come back on the field. And then later I saw Quiana Joseph. That same thing came to me, that we need to find a way to sub out these two. Not that Stephanie is not a good mover in the field, but we need to wrap her in cotton wool. And so we had the same thought. I really expected Matthews to start, but that they're giving Dottin the balls. So let's see. When we won the World Cup, Dottin got the most wicket for the West Indies. So maybe this is a sign. She comes in over the wicket, dead straight, the batter covers up. Look at that, Chinel Henry. Look at that. You know, what Chinel Henry was doing wrong just now is she was giving too much room. And Fraser was just hitting through the line. You know. So the tactics is clear. Capitalize on the power play. Here comes Dottin. She comes in bowls. Yorker hit hard to mid-off. Janella Glasgow, who should have taken the catch. She just sat back on her heels and allowed the ball to bounce in front of her. You know, I really thought that was a catch. Yes, and I should have brought up this at the beginning of the show, but we still got an opportunity now to bring it up. That Dottin is playing her 150th T20 internationals for the West Indies. Well done. Congratulations, young lady. Proud of you. And her character record will never be broken. Over the wicket, bowls swung away down to deep mid wicket for 4, back of a length, and it gone. Poor bowling. Back of a length, you need to be full. That was a really nothing delivery. It sat up. And Carter hit it away down to deep mid wicket, down to cow corner for 4. You know, it was a slow delivery. Missed time, sat up, and Carter said thank you and hit it away down to deep mid wicket for 4. 18 without loss, Scotland on the charge. 1.3 overs. I really wanted Matthews to open the bowling. I would give Henry another over, yeah, but I really wanted to see. Here comes Dottin though. She's with the ball. Hope she gets a wicket. Comes in, balls beaten outside the half stump. Was that a drop? The reaction doesn't suggest that, but there was some pace. I would like to see the speed, 117.5. There was some pace. That looks quick. Oh, Dottin. Dottin approaching 120. Oh, well done. 117. It really goes through and it surprised Canberra. It hit her gloves. It hit her gloves before she could have cushioned it. Good pace by Deandra Dottin. She comes in over the wicket, short again, outside the half stump. That's not a wide to me. I would really love to see the replay. It looks like it was inside the line to me. And Dottin is, oh, they're calling it as a, I don't know. That doesn't look like a wide to me. Look at the replay here. Why they call it a wide? She bang it into the pitch. That's not a wide. That can't be a wide. That can't be a wide. Come on. Is this umpire racist? That can't be a wide. Dottin comes in, bows, cut away, through the covers, lovely shot, 4 runs. That ball was right out of the screw. You know, these are the things when umpires spoil the game, you know. She bowled a perfectly legitimate delivery. And the umpire called wide, disheartened her, and then the next ball was hit away through the offside. Now it's over to Ailey Matthews to get the team up, because this is a good start by Scotland. And some of the times when teams start so quickly, you're open to see that peg back, and it just never came. That thing comes in bows, and that one slapped away again down towards the boundary for 4. Ho, ho. So after 2 of us, there are 27 without loss. So Scotland really start well here, you know. Yeah. I have the feeling West Indies will have to bowl out Scotland to win, said Ricardo Gardner. And I don't like what I'm saying. Um, I think Garth Ains probably want to say he doesn't like what he's seeing. And that, yeah, those things happen sometimes. Yeah, and typo. Scotland look like they're running away with it, said Jamor Sumal. We need a wicket now, of course, Gully side, definitely. So Alia Lane is coming into the attack. She comes in now to bowl to Fraser. She's up, bowl to Fraser, pitched up. Fraser swings across the line. Bottom edge it, inside edge it down to Glasgow on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Full and straight. Full and straight. Let them hit you from there. Just 104. She doesn't have the pace of a Dottin, but she's going to try and bowl full and straight. 65 matches, 22 wickets from 65 matches. That one wicket every 3 matches, eh? Her economy is 8. Yes, she comes in now, but a lot of times she doesn't bowl full and straight. Hindi here, let's see what's it. They're going to bounce away to long on. Oh, this is a big performance by Scotland thus far, you know, man. What does that mean? I am shell-shocked right now. I'm shell-shocked. 32 without loss after 2 overs. You know, West Indies were 12 without loss and struggling to get the ball off the square at this time. Lane comes in, bowls to Carter. She's in, bowls to Carter, beaten outside the half stump. And she swings and misses. The only comforting thing, though, you know, is that they're really throwing their bats at the ball, you know. They're not really, look at that. She wasn't even looking at the ball. So they're just throwing their bats at the ball. They're trying to get as many as possible in the power play. You know? So she's saying to her, I need a long on and a long off. I think that's what she's saying. She needs a long on and a long off. So she's carrying around the deep mid-wicket. So she's not going to get the long off, but she's going to get the long on and the deep mid-wicket. Those are the 2 fielders out. 32 without loss. We need a wicket, as Gully side said. So there's a backward square leg and a short fine leg, and then the deep mid-wicket and the long on. Those are the 4. Pitched up, Yorker, ducked out, well bowled. So the 2 fielders that are allowed outside in the first 6 overs, they are deep mid-wicket and they are long on. One is at deep mid-wicket, the other is at long on. And there are 2 more fielders on the onside. One is at right beside the square leg umpire, and one is at short fine leg. And then you have a ring of 5 on the offside. From short third man to mid-off. Pitched up again, not out, missing leg stump. Well bowled. Well bowled, Alia Lane. This is good from her. Just 5 runs from the over thus far. She needs to finish it well now. This ball, this delivery is very important in the context of this match. Very important in the context. This delivery, absolutely important. 32 without loss. Alia Lane needs to finish well. She comes in now, bowl, full and straight, hit to mid-on. Oh, down to long on the bounce. A single, not bad. Good end to the over. 6 without loss. The only thing you could offer better than that is a dot ball or a wicket. But it's a good comeback over here. She reined them into 6 without loss. And she shows you that what you need to do is to bowl full and straight. You are going to miss sometime, but that's the nature of the game. That you're not human beings. You're human beings. You're not machines. So you will miss sometimes. So good over that from Alia Lane, conceding only 6 runs. Yes. Also, while I'm at it, the Scottish players are allowed to enjoy getting Matthews out. Banana Brooks. Banana Brooks is taking me on about hometown decisions. I always enjoy the banter, Banana Brooks. So So I should take back that comment, and it's really a matter of hometown decision. But she's a neutral umpire. She's not from England. She's a neutral umpire. But Banana Brooks, I love the banter. Yeah, I love the banter. You know. So that's a wide from Matthews. It's almost pace, but it appears that the batters damage herself as it appears that she has stepped on her foot, and her spikes have gone through the sole of her feet, and she's in some trouble here. She's in pain, That is very painful, and it gives the West Indies team an opportunity to come together, and it also gives me an opportunity to go through some of your latest comments. So I love that, Banana Brooks. I really love the banter there. Yeah. And that is true. They're allowed to enjoy getting Matthews out, but I'm not happy about that, Banana Brooks. So Banana Brooks come like I'm a school me today. No, Banana Brooks, man. But they're allowed to enjoy getting Matthews out, but I'm allowed to be disappointed that Matthews got out, and they're laughing at us. I am allowed to be disappointed, So it's a two-way street, Banana Brooks. Manor Park Lona. Manor Park Lona. You said I don't know the cricket, but probably you clearly don't have ears to listen, because the last part of your comment, you're clearly just responding to what I have said. So maybe it's because it's either you are deaf, or you're just trying to repeat what I said to sound good. Because if you don't do that, you will type foolishness. So you listen to what I'm saying and try to type what I'm saying to sound good, so that you don't sound foolish. 34 without loss. I guess they're coming off the field. The physio are coming off the field. How you doing, D Right Sensor Man? Welcome to the show, and I'm always happy to see members of our members club on the live watch along. We're always happy to see you. Yes, man. Yes. Yeah, yes. And she comes on, and I hope she does well. Carlton, we talk later. I'm going to sleep. Work tonight. I know the outcome already. That last part from Garth Haynes, is trying to be political correct. Tell us what the outcome, Garth Haynes, since you know it already. You know the outcome already. Tell us what the outcome is, because you see that comment is like he can't be wrong, when he say I know the outcome already. I have work to go. I know the outcome already. Him can't be wrong. He need now, if to show us that he's not just bantering, and to show us that he really knows what he's talking about, he needs to tell us what the outcome is, more than just say he knows the outcome already. Because if Scotland win, he's going to say, well, I knew they were going to win. And if West Indies win, he's going to say, I knew they were going to win. So to prevent that, you have to tell us what the outcome is. So although that was a wide, could it be that Ailey Matthews have done some damage? It's interesting to see that Ailey Matthews and Chinel Henry both starts with wide. And I am not happy about that. And I think that Alex Marshall is going to look into this. I really think that Alex Marshall is going to look into this. Matthews to Carter. She comes in, both to Carter, and Carter hit this in the air. Down to long on the bounce. Oh, on the bounce. So, earlier I was talking about the full and straight that the Scotland were bowling, and they have clearly done their homework. Did the West Indies do their homework about the Scottish batters? Hit again, down towards long on, beat the fielder. Deep mid wicket comes around, picked up, sends the return in. They stay on one. Good work. I'm a little disturbed in my spirit. I am not, and it's not about the context of the match. There's something that disturbing me, and As she looks to swings that, it comes off the inside edge onto the pad, and there is no run. And it's disturbing me, and it's from experience. Here's Matthews. She comes in over the wicket, bowls off the back foot, played it back to the bowler, and there is no run. 3.4 overs have been bowled. So there's a backward pointer cover, extra cover, and a mid-off. Then on the onside, you have a short fine leg, a backward square leg, and a wideish mid-on. Matthews bowl high in the air. This must be the breakthrough. Well done. Oh, Quiana Joseph dropped the dolly. Oh, Quiana Joseph. Get the hell off the field. Go ahead. Come off the damn field. Sure, why you just didn't move out of the way that Canberra take the catch? Canberra was going to get there. Come off the damn field. And they swung away down to deep mid wicket. They bounced off Claxton, but they stay on 138 without loss after 4. Come off of the field. Go ahead. And they're speeding it up, you know, because they don't want to. Sure. I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy. And the reason why I'm particularly not happy is because of what I know. Ridiculous, Garth Ains. Ridiculous. Ah, so you're bringing Scotland to win. So I'm glad you state your point. You're bringing Scotland to win. Yes. Ridiculous. West Indies win 100%, said Gully side. Big Stone Joseph drop a catch. Oh no, she left it to Joseph. No, yeah, but it's what you didn't want. If she bumps up into Joseph, you would blame her. Joseph, and it's always because my thing in a Banana Brooks, you can't defend that from Glasgow, then drop another catch, eh? So what's happening here? And then she instead of dive and pull back the ball, she just escort it into the boundary. Look at that. Because she don't want to drop. Because she don't want to fall down. Look, go ahead. I saw her play professional cricket. Because she don't want to touch the ground. She don't slide and stop the ball. She dropped the catch and then she make no effort to stop the ball. She just escort it into the boundary. She made no effort to stop the ball. She just escort it into the boundary. Tell me, that's how a Scotland fielder approach that ball? Swung away down to deep backward square leg for 4. So why she never give back Alain another over? Alain bowl over for 6 runs. Give her back another over, no man. Give her back another over, man. Bring on Ramarak and Affley Fletcher after the power play. Give back Alain another over, and then you, Matthews, finish out the power play, and then you can bring in. Sure, man. Jesus. My head hot me, man. Beaten as she swung and misses and it goes through to the keeper. Yeah, Alain bowled such a wonderful over. You know, there's so much happening. Quiana Joseph drop catch. She shouldn't be on the field. She shouldn't be in the playing 11. Oh, okay, and Canberra now misstump. Canberra misstump as the ball passed through, and the batswoman leave her crease, and Canberra misstump. So what's going on here with the West Indies team? What's going on here? Look at this now. She drive, misses. Oh, it was going to be hard. It was going to be hard. It was going to be hard. Ramarak comes in and she says, stay in your crease. She tell Fraser, stay in your crease. One delivery to come in this over. 9 off it so far. They need to close out well here. 4.5 overs have been bowled. Ramarak, final delivery of the over. She comes in now. She bowls to Carter, and Carter swings this in the air down towards deep mid wicket. It running out towards the boundary. It gets there. 13 from the over. Poor over. Jesus. So there's so much happening. There's such a lot happening. First, it was a Skyer which Quiana Joseph should have taken comfortably. It was always Quiana Joseph catch. If she was not there, Cam would have caught it with the gloves, but Canberra is running backward and Quiana Joseph is coming forward. So the person who's coming forward should take the catch. Quiana Joseph reached there comfortably. She should have taken the catch. So Banana Brooks, I can't blame Quiana Joseph for leaving it to Campbell for leaving it to Quiana Joseph. Then the very next ball, Glasgow dropped the catch at mid-off and then just followed the ball into the boundary. She did a dive. She didn't look to flick it back. She didn't bend at the knee and bend at the hip and just try to flick it back, or she didn't bust a dive because she doesn't want to touch the ground. And if she bend at the knee and bend at the hip and try to flip it back, she will then touch the ground, but she's not in that. You know, no other team would have approached it that way. So what have happened here now? And you know, Quiana Joseph should not be on the field. And this is something that Coach Shane Diaz has to answer to. Why they keep picking Quiana Joseph? We all know about why. We all know why. And that's why that's why he was willing to say if there's a fight, he thinks that Quiana Joseph would have beaten up Ailey Matthews. You know, all these things. And we know why he said that Quiana Joseph would have beaten up Ailey Matthews. We know why Quiana Joseph is still in the team. We know why. Why? We know why. You know, we know why. Is there? We know why. You know, we know why. You know? Sure. No, she bolder, but I'm telling me, yes, I'm glad for the breakthrough, yes, but me still. It's like too many things are going, man. Too many things are going. Too many things just going on. Too many things just going on. Too many things just going on. Look at that first ball, no ball, that Chinel Henry ball. Look how far over the front crease she was. Look at that first ball wide that Ailey Matthews ball. Look how wide down the leg stump it was. Do you think that Alex Marshall is going to want to have a word with them? It doesn't sit well with me. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that the first ball cannot be a no ball. I'm not saying that the first ball cannot be a wide. But look how big the no ball was. Look how big that first ball wide was. And I saw where Garth Ains said in his comment that he wished he was wrong. I know that he wasn't talking about those wides. I also wish I am wrong. 51 for 1. 51 for 2 now. Yes, 51 for 2. The dangerous Catherine Bryce gone for naught. And West Indies is back in this. The big fish catching Bryce gone for naught. Haley Matthews, you beauty. The wide that you bowl, that's a different thing. If you did something wrong, then that will come out. Right now, what we want you to do is to win a match for West Indies, and that's what you are doing. And look at the passion. Look at the passion from Haley Matthews. Look at the passion. 51 for 2 now. Show us the Scotland dugout now. And let them laugh. Show us the Scotland dugout. Let them laugh. Banana Brooks. Banana Brooks is, there are many legends in this community. But one of the recent legends who I really enjoy the banter and the relationship that we have is Banana Brooks. Matches round the wicket, bowls to Bryce, and that dead straight. She played it out into the outside, and there is no run. I really want this to show us the dugout now. Show us the dugout now. Well done, Chinel Henry. Show us the dugout. Matches, bowl to Bryce. That's the wicket keeper, Bryce, the sister of the captain. And there is no run. Sarah Bryce is her name, so the captain Catherine Bryce gone. Why aren't they showing, Banana Brooks, why aren't they showing us the Scotland dugout? Matthews round the wicket, she wheels away, she comes in to Sarah Bryce, who played it through the offside down to the boundary for 4. Oh, bad end to the over. Power plays over though. 55 for 2, so they need 99 runs from 15 overs. 99 runs from 15 overs. So that's just about 9 over 15 is what? 6.73. They probably need about 6.73 runs per over to win from here on, No, sorry. It's not 15 overs, We have bowled, yes, 6 overs, 14 overs, sorry. So it's 14 overs, so my calculation was a little wrong. So it's 14 overs and 99 runs. So that would be about 7. Yes, 7 4 is 20. It's more than 7, right? It's about 7. So West Indies really now need to step on it. So just checking up on that. So Affleck, wide first. Why is it the no ball wide? People may tell them the truth, me not feel good about this, Poor bit of feeling by Affleck Fletcher as the ball was hit straight back to her and she allows it to pass her. Poor bit of feeling. 1 more to the total, 57. 57 now for 2. I was going to say 57 for 3. Let's hope it's a reality. It's a dolly, It was a dolly. It was a dolly. It was a dolly. It was a dolly. Absolute dolly. 57 for 2 as Sarah Bryce is at the crease. We need to rate. Here comes Affleck Fletcher. She comes in, bowls to Bryce, and Bryce played it back down the offside of the pitch. Fletcher field, and there's no run. That last delivery, that over from Haley Matthews, that last over in which you get the 2 wickets, I don't know if she ran out of steam or what. I would love to see Alain comes back to bowl now. He comes in, bowls. She hit it in the air. It peels away straight to the field. That backward point. What did I say? 57 for 3. I predicted it, didn't I? And so Sarah Bryce followed her sister back into the pavilion. West Indies storming back in this match. Scotland 57 for 3. I said it, unintentionally, of course. I didn't know that it was going to happen. You know, so we yes, goal aside, good fighting. We disagree then. Okay, keeper's ball for me. No, no problem, Banana Brooks. If we disagree, I really see that. That's a nice one, Gully side. You're now saying 57 for 4. That's a nice one. No, but when I said 57 for 3, it was just, it was it was just misspoke, you know. It was just Mr. It's just Mr. I said Alex Marshall is no longer in charge. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the update on that one. You know, all right, cool. Yeah, yes, Banana Brooks. It's an absolute roller coaster of emotion. Back to the cricket though. 58 for 3. What happened there? Was that another drop catch? Oh, wow, that one went high in the air, and despite the best effort of Campbell, it just dropped in no man's land. We have them, you know. We have them. I think we have them. I think once we can get rid of Carter, so Fletcher now comes in now over the wicket, bowls down the leg side, wide with the signal. The score goes up by 1. Oh, it came. Oh, no wide signal. Thank you, umps. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, umps. Thank you. So the run rate is going up a little here now. I remember once it was the required run rate was 5 point something one of the time. It's going up a little. Fletcher comes in, bowls, drives, you know, mistime the drive, cannot get it off the square. 58 for 3 at the end of over number 7. So you can always depend on Michael Douglas to fact check. You want to tell me the lottery number when you're ready, lol? No, as I said, you know, I just misspoke. And there are you know, for it's easy to misspoke, you know, especially you're alone doing the commentary, you're alone following the cricket, and you're constantly talking. So it was a simple misspoke when I said 57 for 3, and for it to happen, I hope the next time I misspoke, if I'd said, you know, suppose I said 60 for 8, and it happened. Yeah, if we bowl them out for 60, it will be good for a net run rate. So Ramarak comes in bowls. She pull out the reverse sweep. Did she get back onto that out leg before? Well, if she doesn't get back onto it, she's out. They're going to review it, but she's out because why I said, did she get back onto that? I know that it struck her in line. And when she misses it, she's gone. And she's not even reviewing it. She's walking off because she knew she missed it. But because I saw them running and the cameraman was focused on the ball, that's why I asked, did she get back onto that? Because that was dead straight. Look, well done, Ramarak. Dead straight. She looks to reverse sweep. 58 for 4. So what did I say? 60 for 8? I wouldn't mind. Is it possible? If it is possible, everyone will just have to join the Cricket Forum Club on Patreon. It's as simple as that. If it happened that there are 60 for 8, you just have to join the Cricket Forum Club on Patreon and support the channel so that we can continue to cover cricket, because that's what we do. We cover cricket. We in recent times we have not been doing any live stream because there's simply not the support there to do it, because to go and do a live stream these matches, it's not it's to do a to live stream a match for a day, it's at, like, say, even one camera, it's still about $400 to live stream a match for a day. You know, Ramarat down the leg side, turn away. Quiana Joseph did not bother to give chase. The fielder from deep backward square leg have to come around. That's Deandra Dottin, luckily. I think they put Deandra Dottin at deep backward square leg almost to cover Quiana Joseph. It in middle of middle. You know, let's watch now as Matthews comes in bowls and she covers up. That's Carter, and she plays it to mid-on. What happened to the Scotland dugout? So 8 runs for 4 wickets in the last 14 balls. What a dramatic turnaround here. You know, Matthews comes in, bowls to Carter. She drives. She played too early, looking to force the ball. It bounces off the bat. It goes down the inside of the pitch. The captain field, and she wheels away back to the top of her mark. She looks up and she sees that Carter is ready. She touched the peak of her hat. She looked around her field, and to ensure that everyone is in position, she comes in now. She hops, skip, and a jump over the wicket. Bowls to Carter down the leg side. Wide signal. Campbell did not collect, but not far away from her. 60 for 4, Matthews. And she hurried back to the top of her mark. She called for the ball. There's a short fine leg. There's a deep mid wicket. There's a deep backward square leg. There's a mid on and there's a long on. Then there's a backward point extra cover mid off and there's a long off. Matthews comes in, bowls to Bryce. She's not Bryce, Carter. She slowed up that one and then played to Ramarak at mid wicket. And again, there is no run. This is good from the West Indies. 60 for 4. 1 to come in over number 8. Chatterjai. For a moment, I thought it was Chatter Junior, but it's Chatterjai. It's Chatterjai, right, Banana Brooks? You probably have mixed feelings because I know you want the West Indies to win, but you also want Scotland to win. You are from the United Kingdom. Matthews comes in, bowls to Carter, turn it to short fine leg. Let's watch if Quiana Joseph will pick up. She picked up end of the over. 60 for 4, 8 gone. Matthews 3 for 11 from 3. Brilliant bowling. So Chatterjai is coming into the attack now, and that worm begins to come closer to the green worm. Well, Chatterjee, thank you very much, Banana Brooks. Joseph is Cornwall in the women division, said Jamor Small. Yeah, but I am surprised that Joseph is not in the slip like you know who. But Mana Parker told you know nothing about cricket. Why would she be in the slip? Okay, Michael Douglas, good. You can always change your mind, God Ains. You're always welcome to change your mind. You know, the other day, as God Ains, and Michael Douglas will know about this, as God Ains say about changing his mind. You know, I asked Dwight Chattu, I told Dwight Chattu, when the facts changes, my opinion also changes. It's clear if the facts change, if the information that you have changes, your position have to change. And I said that to Dwight Chattu. So I said to Dwight Chattu, what do you do when the information changes, when the facts changes? You still stick to your opinion? All no, he doesn't answer. All no, he doesn't answer, you know? So so Garth Ains, you are welcome to change your mind because since the facts changes now, 58 for 4, definitely West Indies should have the upper hand at 58 for 4. You know, but again, Mano Park just showing that Mano Park doesn't know anything about cricket and a Chatterjee. Thank you very much. You know, he just doesn't knows anything about cricket. It will be interesting. Says that's at least Caribbean community nice, and I hope they decide to follow the team around. You know, this is a big match for the West Indies. I feel much better now. 94 needed from 72 deliveries. All West Indian fans must feel better now. Can we find a way though to get Quiana Joseph and Stephanie Taylor off the field? And again, I want to just clarify that Stephanie Taylor point. I'm not saying that she's not a good mover or is not a good fielder. The reason why I want to get her off the field, I want to wrap her in cotton hole, so to speak. You know, when they say wrap a player in cotton hole, so let's get her off the field and don't run at any risk of any injury. So Fletcher is going to come back into the attack. She bowled her one over. And when Carter stepped on her spike, despite how wide That ball was from Ailey Matthews, which I really think that the AUC needs to look into, you know, but then that's a different case. What I want them to do right now is to win the match for the West Indies. It did cause some damage because Carter is in trouble. And Campbell is off the field. That dive, did she hurt herself when she made that dive? Well, you know I'm not listening to the commentary because I cannot listen to the commentary because it would have copyright violation. But I will check what happened. Fletcher bowls, short back of a length, played away down to the deep mid-wicket area, Alia Lane field, and send the return in. So yeah, so I can't listen to the commentary because if the commentary comes over, then I will be violating, you know. So there's a change there. There's a change in wicket keeper. I'm not listening to the commentary, but I know that 64 for 4 now. Just 4 singles off the over so far, 64 for 4. I was just trying to check up and see why there is a change of wicket keeper. I don't know. I know the medical attention was for another single, so I know that it was for Carter, who suffered that injured off that first ball that Ailey Matthews faced. But I don't, as this, Fletcher should have definitely stopped that ball, but she didn't. So 65 for 4 West Indies, and it's the second time a ball play back straight to Fletcher, and she missed field, but you can understand sometimes, it's just pitched up and the batter hit it down to long on for another single. So 5 singles out of the over thus far. And just like when the West Indies was batting, and I said that 5 singles, it now depends on what happened to this ball, will determine whether it's a good over for the West Indies or it's a good over for Scotland. So Fletcher comes in off the back foot. She played it out into the offside, the backward point, misfield, and it running out towards the boundary. And who's Stephanie Taylor ambered off it, but they stay on 1. So it was a good over for the West Indies, but it could have been better. That team doesn't usually misfield, probably become a little exuberant there. No, she got nowhere near the ball. That was a lazy effort from Dutton. Very, very lazy effort from Dutton. 6 singles out of the over. Scotland would be happy with that over. West Indies would be happy with it. Scotland would be happy with it from the point of view that there was no dot ball. West Indies would be happy with it from the point of view that only 6 runs came from the over. And that's what an over like that does, Back to Ashley Fletcher. The second ball that we saw her, it straight back to her and it passed her. And the fact is, that sometimes you just have to face reality. Ashley Fletcher is closer to 40 than 35. And probably it's just about not being able to get down fast enough. Good throw here by Quiana Joseph. They will check it. But I think the batter is safely home as that ball came off the pad. It went to short fine leg. She picked up and sends the return in, not out. Yeah, a quicker fielder would have done better. She just took too long over it. And that's what I'm saying. Get her off, man. Find a way to get her and Stephanie Taylor off the field. She should not be in the playing 11. I'd prefer to see Shanisha Hector there. Just find a way to get Quiana Joseph and get Zayda James on the field. Get Zayda James on the field and Shanisha Hector. Swept away down toward backward square leg work for the fielder. Comes around. Good stop there by Dottin, just putting her body on the line. There's 2 more to the total. So it's at least Ramarak is trying to bowl straight. But then, Datin being lazy at backward point, and then 2 deliveries after she put her body on the line and stopped that at backward square leg. 69 for 4. Here's Ramarak in her second over. Bold, short, turn away, through mid-wicket. Work for the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary. She done it well. Claxton lobbed the return on the bounce back to the keeper, the bowler, and there's no run. 70 for 4. Carter is on 33. She's on strike. Chatterjee is on 7 from 6. Ramarak not really hitting the mark. None for 17 from her 1.3 overs thus far. She comes in now, bowls to Carter, and Carter played this down the onside of the pitch. Good work by Ramarak, who skipped across to her right-hand side and field, and there is no run. So, good going here by the West Indies. Better over this from Ramarak, just 4 from it thus far. She comes in over the wicket. The right arm off spinner bowls to Carter, who looks to force it into the offside. Misses, taken on her body. Mangu from behind the stump. She picks up, comes in front of the stumps and picks up, and there is no run. 70 for 4. And over number 10. Here is Ramarak in her second. She comes in now over the wicket. She comes in, bowls to Carter, and Carter off the back foot plays it out into the covers to the field. That extra cover, that's Ailey Matthews. They go through for a single. Just 5 runs from the over. Well bowled, Ramarak, 71 for 4. I think she's calling Alia Alain. I really think that she's Alia Alain. She's calling. I think so. Yeah, I saw that, but I'm just wondering what caused it. What I want somebody to tell me is what caused it, but it seems at this time the commentators don't know either. It's okay. I suspect that Banana Brooks, that it was a diving catch that probably just jerk her up a little. I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about, because she did kept for the rest of the over, but I think it just jerk her up. Well, you're always going to have like a concern, but just let us say we hope that is nothing serious, you know. So Ailey Matthews is bowling out Fletcher. And that's why I know these people listen to me. Yesterday I said that Fletcher should be bowled out, and in comes Fletcher off the back foot. She played it away down to long on. Let's see, work for the fielder who done it well again, and she sends the return in. Fletcher again did not collect the ball, as Mangu has to move from behind the stump and backed her up. And good work by Mangu. Mangu is a good fielder, and she's a good wicket keeper. It's just that when she bats, she cannot get the ball off the square. So a very straight long off, then there's a long on, then there's a deep mid wicket, and there's a deep backward square leg. Those are the 4 fielders outside the circle, pitched up, driven down to that field at the very straight long on, off. 1 more to the total, 74 now for 4. Chatterjee comes into strike. So again, another over where there are just singers. And if you continue to get these singers, it's very important to know. These singers are very important. Fletcher comes in. She tossed that one right up in the air, but it will caught. Yes, it is. And Chinel Henry caught the ball and tie her shoes lace. I hope nothing's wrong with her. She's limping. She caught the ball. The fielder is wondering if she put it on the ground. I hope she did nothing like that, you know. I always preach about protecting the ball. Oh, no, she's well in control of the ball. She's well in control of the ball. 74 for 5. She's well in control of the ball. But then there seemed to be a recurrence of the injury. Wow. We are so she's leaving the field. Who would you go for, Zayda James or Shanisha Hector? I'll go for Zayda James. But what I'll try to do, I'll try to get Stephanie Taylor off the field. I'll definitely try to get Stephanie Taylor off the field. I hope it's pull Chanel Henry pull one, and it's not really something wrong. So Lister is the new batter. Chatterjee gone. 1 more wicket. Yeah, we're doing very well now. We are doing very well. I'm calm down now. 74 for 5. So Lister is the new batter. Fletcher, 2 for 12 from 2.4 overs. The right-arm leg spinner. They call her Muma. She bowls to the new batter Lister, who played it into the onside. But you can imagine Carter is struggling, you know. She's struggling. She stepped on her own feet, or she damaged herself with her own spike. So there's no laughter in the Scotland dressing room. There they are, Banana Brooks. There's no laughter. They are glum face. And I love to see that Fletcher pitched up, driven into the offside, straight to the fielder. And that's Jazara Claxton. She's good at what she does. 11 overs gone, 74 for 5. Affle Fletcher, 2 for 12 from her 3 overs. 74 for 5. Remind you that they need 154 to win. Did she hurt something? What that pose about? Was it all about posing? I don't. There are so many, what you call it now? So many celebration type that you don't really know. Ramarat bowled straight to Carter, who turned it away down to backward square leg, and Datin teasingly come off the backward square leg, came off the backward square leg boundary and sends a return in at the bowler's end. Yes. Do you know, Mr. Brown, that the Jamaican flag was based on the Scottish flag? No, I didn't know. I don't know if it is true, because you don't talk a lot of truth, you know? You should not be allowed off the field unless you get an injury in the match, said Nigel Brown. Yeah, that is true. But that's why I said, I wonder if we can find a way to get her off the field. Nigel Brown, that's what I said. I would certainly love, I would certainly love to get Stephanie Taylor off the field. Honestly, I'd want to find a way to get her off the field. 76 for 5. Ramarat comes in, bowls, and she swings at this. That's Carter, but it goes straight to the field at long on, and there is one more to the total. This match is not over until it's over now. We have used 6 bowlers so far. I think Alain have 3 left, right? Henry and Datin, we need 2 from those, 2 somewhere between. Off the back foot, she looks to pull wide off the long on fielder. They have work to do, but Claxton moves smoothly to her left from deep mid-wicket, cut it off, sends the return in, 77 for 5, limit them to 1. Good work there. Get Stephanie Taylor off the field. Please find a way to get Stephanie Taylor off the field. Please, begging you. So the field remained the same. It's a 5-4 field. Ball swings that will go down to the field at long on. Or long off is so straight that she got there before the field at long off. Henry moves smartly then. So it looks like she's okay. So the field is the same. There's a short third man. There's a backward point. There's a cover. There's an extra cover. A very straight long off. A long on. A deep mid wicket. A deep backward square leg and a short fine leg. Lister and strike. She's 2 from 4 deliveries. Ramarat comes in, bowls to Lister. She pulls. Deep mid wicket should get this. Oh, brilliant by Claxton, but it still bounced off her for 4. Oh, she came across and she dived. And when she dived, the ball just bounced off her for 4. So 4 more runs, 83 for 5. Lister, that was short from Ramarat. It was poor. And Lister played a good shot, good work. Weak hands though. Oh, weak hands. She needed was to push it back, but the right hand was just weak hands from her there. So poor bit of feeling there from Glasgow. She made Claxton. She made the effort. She got there, but she was poor in her execution to pull back the ball. So a good effort to get there, but 1 out of 10 in her execution to stop the ball. Fletcher in her third and final over, she pitched up, driven to the fielder at mid-off. They go through for a single, missed. Oh, miss run out. Matthews came across and shied the ball back to Fletcher, and she didn't collect it. Otherwise, she would have been run out. Good work by the West Indies captain, sliding across, lobbing the ball back to Fletcher, and Fletcher, it was an easy one. Oh, easy. Fletcher is over the wicket, bowls to Lister, and Lister swing and miss. Mangrove collects. 84 for 5, 12.2 gone. It was such an easy run out. All she had was to do was to collect and run out the field. And Matthews, she never whipped the team. She just, it was almost like an off lob, off whip, because she wanted to make sure that she collected. This one was driven hard, down to long off. One more to the total. 80, is it 86 or 85? The score is off the field, off the screen. It's 85 for 5, 3 to come. Fletcher in our final over, 2 for 14. The field remained the same. Short third man, backward point cover, extra cover, long off. Long on, deep mid wicket, a deep backward square leg and a short fine leg. Those are the fielders. Fletcher, 2 to come now in our spell, 85 for 5. West Indies, 7 overs. They need 69 runs in 7.2 overs. Comes in now. Fletcher bowls to Carter, and Carter plays that down to deep backward square leg for a run. So one more off the over. 2 for 15.3 from 3.5 for Fletcher. What a wonderful spell this is from Fletcher. Even if this ball go for 6, it will be 3 for 21. But hopefully it becomes 4 for 15. Yes, Fletcher. She comes in, bowls to Lister, who pulls this down to deep mid wicket. Good work there by Alia Lane, getting her body behind it as it bunks up, but then she had her body behind it. Well done, Muma. 2 for 16 from 4 overs. You know, very, very good spell. But fielding off your own bowling is poor. You know, there were 2 deliveries that passed, that hit back straight to you, and you missed them, and then you should have run out the Carter just now, and you missed the return. You bowl well, but your fielding was absolutely poor. Your fielding was absolutely terrible, but your bowling was brilliant. Your bowling was terrific. A great spell of bowling. But while I'll give you 9 out of 10 for your bowling, I cannot give you more than 1 for your fielding. As I said, though, she's closer to 40 than 35. So those balls that play straight back to her, probably she just cannot get down in time. You know, maybe it's something as simple as that. She just cannot get down in time. But it was a wonderful, wonderful bowling performance by the veteran. She's the oldest player in the World Cup. We must not forget that. She's the oldest player in the World Cup. So here is Matthews now. She comes in, bowls, swung across the line. Lister, the fielder coming off the deep mid-wicket boundary. That's Claxton. And there is one more to the total. Count up to 88 for 5 after 13.1 overs. I think that after this over, there will be a strategic timeout. And it's interesting. 66 needed from 41 deliveries. So that ball versus runs is increasing all the time. I remember once when it was 99 from 84 deliveries, that was on a 14. Now it was 15 then, but now this is now 21. That pulled away down to the backward square leg. Dottin is on the boundary. You know, we have some good fielders patrolling the boundary, no doubt. You know, Alain, Claxton, Dottin. Let's have to drink some water there. So here's Matthews. She's over the wicket. She bowls to Lister. Lister drives down to that long on fielder. So 3 for 14 from 3.3 overs. So both spinners doing well. Ramarak bowled a good second over, 4 from it. I think her third over, there was a 4 off her last ball. Matthews comes in, bowls. Oh, it just froze. It froze on me. It froze on me. It freezing. It's I'm seeing 90 for 5, 91 for 5. I'm seeing Stephanie Taylor want to get her off the field. Let's see what happened. Oh, Stephanie Taylor drop a sitter. Stephanie Taylor drops a sitter. She drops a sitter at mid-wicket, but it froze. I never saw it right away. Down the pitch, over Matthews had 4 runs. When you hit it that straight, it will always go into the boundary. And again, catch drop, next ball gone for 4. Oh boy, it happens so often in cricket. Catch drop, next ball for 4. That was a dolly, you know, Stephanie Taylor. That was a dolly. It was a dolly. Come on, man. Matthews bowled to Lister off the back foot, misses, goes through to the keeper. Good spell. Captain, 3 for 19 from her 4 overs. It should have been 4. It should have been 4. Was it her that Quiana Joseph dropped the catch off to? So 2 catches dropped her off her bowling. She got 3 for 19, 2 catches drop off her bowling. What is good for the West Indies though is that they have used Matthews, they have used Fletcher, they have used Ramarak, they have used Alain, they have used Henry, and they have used Dottin. 6 bowlers used, nothing wrong with that. I don't want to see Claxton get the ball. I don't want to see Glasgow get the ball. I don't want to see Quiana Joseph get the ball. I don't want to experiment. No experiment. None. So please, no experiment I want to see. Let me read some of your comments. It's now a strategic timeout. Yeah, West Indies playing good. When the Taylor comes, 15.3, no, 14.3, I think. She came at 14.3. We were 85 for 5 when she came. 85 for 5, I think, when she came. 14.3, because I remember saying that 33 deliveries were remaining, and she faced 19 of those 33 deliveries that remaining. So it was 14.3 that she came. Yeah, 40. Yeah, because if 5.6 is 30. I remember saying that it's 33 delivery. Yes, so she came at 14.3. I think it was a good effort to reach there, just Jamor Small, but I don't think it was a good feeling. I think it was poor feeling. She got there, she should have pulled back the ball. So it was a good effort to get there, but the feeling was poor. You know, yes, Fletcher was fabulous with her bowling, absolutely fabulous. She was poor in her fielding. I feel so good seeing the Caribbean flag on this screen. Good. Banana Brooks saying shot Lister. Yeah, Taylor Job Carter, masterful Matthews. Yes, well done. Yes, she did, you know, and Matthews could have easily got a 4th wicket. I think Quiana Joseph dropped the off Matthews too. So so that should put me up to date. I never want to see this, you know. I didn't want to see Quiana Joseph coming into the attack. Well, I guess she's saying that the pitch is taking spin, so she's going to play the spinner, edge down to third man, short third man, and there's no run. That's a fair assumption, and it's good to have that option. She's probably saying that, you know, this pitch is turning more than the fast bowlers, and so if that's the situation, then Quiana Joseph would need to get in. She can get in 4 overs, 15, 17, 19. She can only get in 3. No ball. Oh, God. I don't know, but for me, something fishy are going on in this match. Every first delivery is either a no ball or a wide. Something fishy is going on in this match. What are you telling? What is going on, Shane D? It's good to see you on the screen. It's a good ball, good delivery that Quiana Joseph, you know, and there's Mr. Wright clapping her as it forced down to long off for a singer. You know, Henry did it, Matthews did it, Quiana Joseph did it, Afi Fletcher did it. As she bowled full and straight, the ball eased down to long on. So Matthews was a wide because Matthews is not known to bowl no ball, so she went for the wide. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm telling you the truth. Quiana Joseph. She's off to a good start. Bowls it away through the offside down to the fielder on the long off boundary. Had to do some work. The return comes in. It was a wayward return. Good work from Manny Mangu, though. She recognized that the return was wayward, and she did some good work to make sure that the ball doesn't go through. So 100 for 5 after 14.3 overs. No ball again. Don't tell me it's a no ball again. They're waiting. Is it a no ball again? Is this what's the cricket come to now? Quiana Joseph bowls. That's a good delivery, plays to the field at extra cover, and there's a singer. So 101 for 5. Wow. Everything is commercial. What happened there a while ago, you know? Because the 100 came up, DP World have to get the advertisement slot. So the cricket have to stop so that DP World get in the advertisement. Drop by Mango. Drop by Mango. Good effort though. The batter swung across the line. Edge. It bounced off the keeper. There was no way those thick edges have to stop. It bounced off her chest. She dived, but she just didn't get there. You really can't call it a drop. It's not a drop. There's no way she could have really catch it as she play a forcing shot off the back foot straight to extra cover, and there is no run. So 6 runs from the over, and just a lucky break for Scotland there. Absolutely lucky break. The batter looks to swing across the line. She got a big edge. The keeper is up to the stump. Big deflection. There's no chance for the keeper to react. It bounced off her chest and went forward. She dived, but she was unable to get even to the ball. So it's not like the ball, she even reached it after she dived because it bounced so far in front of her. So it's not like she reached it. 53 needed from 30 deliveries. This is tight, you know, very tight. Ramarak need to come bowl a good over now, and are they going for Alain? Well, Ramarak, 3 overs for 27. She has been the most expensive of the spinners. She comes in now, bowls, short delivery, pull down to back with a square leg. Will they get 1 or will they get 2? They're coming back for 2. Chance for a run out. Oh, poor return from Deandra Dottin. She doesn't have the strength. You know, she look at her. She doesn't have the strength. She shot as hard as she could, but she didn't have the strength to get it in as quickly as possible. She good movements to the ball. She's just not strong enough. Good work by Manny Mangu, but it was always going to be to Ramarak bowls to the batter Carter, who hit it hard back to Ramarak. She's in pain. She has been there from the start. She's on 49. This is a nice close match, you know. Let's watch now as Ramarak. No, those two must get the ball. Ramarak comes in, pitched up. She looked to play it off the stump. Right back to Ramarak. Good delivery. So good over this. The pitch appears to be gripping. So did Scotland seem to call it, did the wrong thing at the toss then? Because this pitch appears to be gripping the more the match goes on. Ramarak bowls to Carter, who swings this in the air down towards long on. Good work coming to the ball. Claxton, are they going back for 2? No, they stay on 1. Good work again, Manny Mangu. You can say what you want about Manny Mangu, you know. I think because she's so good in the field, even when she's keeping, she has the ability to judge where the ball is going to drop. And she's able to make up her mind very quickly whether she was to come forward and take it on the full, or she's to go back and take it on the bounce. And you have to give her 10 out of 10 for that. I've seen her doing it over and over and over again and doing it so often. Ramarak to bowl to Lister, who pulls past Quiana Joseph, and they will get 2 because it passed her so closely that Dottin has to do a lot of work on the backward square leg. That should have passed Quiana Joseph in the first place. But we understand what's going on. 106 for 5. 1 delivery to coming over number 16. And so they're going across the crease, looking to hit everything on the onside. So we need to bowl full foot stump. fourth stump. We need to bowl, but again, it's so tricky because when you bowl fourth stump, if they pace that inner ring, then it could be serious. And Matthews there just asking them to hurry up. So good spell by Ramarak. Her first over went for 13, and then she ended up bowling her other 3 overs for 17 runs. So that is good. She was the only spinner who not to get a wicket, but then she showed her class. And if you have 3 spinners, frontline spinners, and 2 get wicket and 1 didn't get, it doesn't mean that the frontline spinner is not good enough. Full toss, swing and a miss. Mangu miss it too, and they will come through for a bye. 107. So swing and a miss by Carter. It was a full toss, and she swings and miss. Why? Because the ball was outside the half stump. It was the arm ball though, because the ball was outside the half stump. I would, you see, struggling. All right, they're trying to play everything on the onside. Do you, sorry, yes, you're trying to play everything on the onside. Do you then set the field on the offside and ask the bowlers to bowl wide Yorker? No ball again, Quiana Joseph. 8. What happened to her? She can't be so daft, man. It can't be height, It must be front crease. Down the pitch, swung it away, down to deep, mid-wicket into the gap 4. Give the seamers the ball to bowl, Ailey. I know it's taking spin, and I know you're going to say, let's try Quiana Joseph, because I understand that, but she's not here. Look at Quiana Joseph's face and tell me if she's here with us. Give Ali Alain the ball. Why you don't? Ali Alain bowl 1 over for 6 runs. Why she has that ball again? The most she can bowl now is 2 overs. So instead of bowling her 4, the most she can bowl now is 2 overs. Ali Alain bowl 1 over for 6 runs in the power play. When Scotland was going great gun and she came on, bowl 1 over for 6 runs, rain it in. Down the ground, down towards long on, 4 more. That's what you want. 6. Well, please explain to me, those of you who understand, because I clearly don't understand. I can understand the 3 frontline spinners make the pitch look like it is taking turn. But Quiana Joseph is not a frontline spinner, and she has gone for 12 runs out of this over, and now the difference is 21, is 15. And Lister hit this again straight this time on the bounce to Ali Alain. Ali Alain bowled 1 over in the power play. The 3rd over, when Scotland was going great gun and it went for 6. And she has not seen back the ball up to now. It doesn't mean it's because Ramarak, Matthews, and Fletcher bowl well on the pitch. They are world-class bowler. Bring back Alain, bring back Henry, bring back that in. Quiana Joseph should not be bowling. Misfield this time by Henry, but there was no run. End of over number 17, 35 needed from 18 deliveries. So 18 and 18 is 36. So it's 12 runs and over that they want to win. I don't understand. I don't understand the decision by Matthews to continue to bowl Quiana Joseph. You think Carter struggling very much? Matthews say you owe us a wicket, so Joseph, you are bowling. Banana Brooks, yeah. I love Banana Brooks, you know, man. Banana Brooks, you know, I really one of the best person to be a member of this community, you know, man. Banana Brooks. Yo. I love him. I love him. Yeah, yeah. Uh, well, she's more than the coach favorite, you know, Preacher Cardis. Everybody, it is an open secret that she's more than just the coach favorite. You know, we need a good over. What happened? Is Ali Alain injured? Down the leg side wide. That thing is Matthews. Please explain. Please, yeah, Matthews have to explain the Ali Alain decision, and it's not the first time we're seeing it. Is that the first? Whoa, he's back with the West Indies team. What's his name again? Eswick. He's a good bowling coach, you know. He's a good bowling coach. Wide again by Dutton. Ailey Matthews must explain to the people of the Caribbean why Alain bowled 1 overs for 6 runs, Dutton bowled 1 for 15, and it's Dutton bowling instead of Alain. I have preached it. I have preached it, you know. Wide again. 32 needed now. So 3 delivers ball and it's all 3 wide. I don't know. I don't know. I am beside myself to understand what is happening. I'm beside myself. Roxanne, good to see you here. Happy, always love to see the members of the Cricket Forum community, our club members here. Good to see you, Roxanne. 3 deliveries, 3 wides. Yeah? 3 deliveries, 3 wides. Thank you. Three deliveries, 3 wides. I just don't understand. Catch, please. Oh, what the hell wrong with, who is that? Ramarak? As that was peel off the outside edge, overshot third man for 4. Instead of the fielder jump, they turn and run at the ball. This is low IQ. Low IQ. You know that whatsoever his name, but I must stop bring down the bowlers. You know, some persons don't have anything to say and they just come in here. He's part of the 1%, so that was it. It's depressing, Gartains. It's depressing. Some persons don't have anything to say. You know, it's another, what you call it now. More than likely, he's a Barbadian and he's a fan of Ailey Matthews. So he doesn't want us to say that the captain get it wrong. It offended him. Although the reality is staring in his face. He's so caught up with his love for Ailey Matthews that he loves Ailey Matthews more than West Indies cricket. But Ali Alain is also a Barbadian if you don't know, boss. 3 deliveries go down the 3 deliveries go down the leg side for wide. What must I say? Wonderful bowling? Get off. Get off. That's why you're banned. Cut away for 4 more down to backward point. Oh, must I describe that as wonderful bowling? You know, some persons just come here and chat rubbish. They're suffering from suicidal empathy. It's like the bowler is bowling rubbish, but because the person is from their country. Another Barbadian again with foolishness. I just get him. I just got rid of him. Got rid of him with the foolishness. Suicidal empathy. And she's crying, you know. She's crying because it's not her fault. It's not her fault. Am I sorry for her? No, I don't sorry for her. Oh, I can't sorry for her. I'm not sorry for her. I'm not sorry for her. I'm disappointed with her performance. But to sorry for her personally because she's crying, no. Can't do that. She got a chance to run out the batter just now, but she misses the stump. Train hard. Execute. So when you come into match, you execute. You know, come and talk about we didn't execute. There you have an opportunity to execute and run out the batter. And you didn't execute. And I must be sorry for you? No. Perform. Hit away. Good stop at short third, man. They will get a single. Hold it, man grew. End of the over. 22 now needed. So how many runs from that over? 13? They needed 35 from 18. 13 runs from that over. 13 runs. 13 runs. The problem is why Ali Lane who bowl 1 over for 6 runs. Now Ali Lane can come on and bowl an over for 22 runs. But in logics and looking at trend and the girl coming off a 4 for 27, you know, she realized that she's bowling rubbish. Roxanne Gray. Joseph Harris, Ailey is a well. I don't know why she don't bowl Elaine. I can't understand. Elaine is a better choice though, Joseph. You see, if Elaine had bowl out her spell, that 2 overs that Quiana Joseph high in the air, first delivery. Let's see who's going to take the catch. Elaine herself, seconds under, he took the catch. Sure, you see Haley Matthews, man. What you see it? Is it that I'm going to say is that the first time, This is not the first time. I have seen Haley Matthews treated Ali Lane so badly in the past that Ali Lane walk off the field crying. And me really feel say, and this is my opinion, and this is from my observation in just watching the West Indies team. Me feel say Haley Matthews bad mind Ali Lane. I don't know what is going on in Barbados between the two of them, but I deep down, me feel say Haley Matthews bad mind Ali Lane. I genuinely feel so. I genuinely feel in that way. And it's not just today. How many times we have seen Haley Matthews treated Ali Lane like this? How many times? Ali Lane comes in, bowls the bottom edge it onto a pad, they go through for the run. The girl bowled 1 over in the power play, 6 runs. When they were going great guns, when Scotland was going great guns, whoever was here from the beginning and watch it when we started, Scotland scored like 25 or 26 runs after the first 2 overs. And Ali Lane came in and bowled over for only 6 runs. 1 ball went for 4 that the field wasn't in place. Ball to Lister, pitched up, dug out, down wide, flung on. They will get 2. Oh, look at that between Glaston and Glasgow. They get 4. So Claxton and Glasgow, look at that. Basic cricket, both of you don't go for the ball, one cover. One go for it, one cover. Claxton was always going to get there before. No, Glasgow was always going to get there before. One cover, both of you don't go for the ball. One cover, one go for it. You have your head, you have a brain. Two are you going for it. You realize which one is going to reach it first. She swing and miss into her pad. 17 needed from 9. If we lose this match, it's Ailey Matthews' fault, you know. Who's going to bowl the last over? Who's going to bowl the last over? Who's going to bowl the last over? That over, that Dottin bowl a while ago, Alain should have bowled it. And then Alain would have bowled the 20th over. But who's going to bowl the last over now? Alain comes in. She looks to run, bowler down. Ali Alain, Matthews, bad mind the girl. And you can clip that. Ailey Matthews, bad mind Ali Alain for one reason or the other. We don't know what is going on in Barbados, but Ailey Matthews is a bad mind woman, and she bad mind Ali Alain. And I'm not taking it back. You can clip it. Well done, Ali Alain. You know, man apart go, you know nothing about cricket. You just bad mind the West Indies too. You just bad mind the West Indies. Well done, girl. Got ends. Yes, Roxanne Gray. Got ends. Talk to me now, got ends. Why is it that Ali Alain just getting the ball? The over could have gone for 20, I don't know. But we are here, saw that the girl is in prime form. 4 for 27 in her previous match. You gave her the third over. She bowled it for 6 runs. Look at it. The first over, you know, the very first over, Henry, I'm trying to remember. Henry went for 14. Then Dottin went for 13. Then she came on and bowled it over for 6 runs. And she don't see back the ball again. Everybody else bowl and she only see back the ball now. And if we lose, we must blame Matthews. And it's, you know, so 17 needed as she closed out that over very well. 17 needed. She got another wicket? Oh my Lord. I never realized. 3 wickets in the over. 3 wickets. 3 wickets. Oh boy. From yesterday, I've been saying it. Ali Alain, you can go back and listen. I said it yesterday. Ali Alain, Ailey Matthews, Chinel Henry, Afi Fletcher, Charisma Ramarak. Those were our 5 bowlers. Right? I do not mind Dottin bowling an over, but we saw the first over Dottin bowl, it went for 13 runs. Why would you give back the ball to Dottin, who went for 13 runs, versus a young lady who, so she's going with Quiana Joseph for the last over, and this ball is hit hard back to Quiana Joseph, but she cannot stop them from getting to it. Bounced off her, and as I told you, so 2 runs off the first delivery, 15 needed from 5. She's going with Quiana Joseph for the last over. This happened because you're on the bowler lane. It's rubbish. This must be investigated. I'm telling you the truth, you know. If I was part of the ACU, I'm investigating Ailey Matthews. 2 more. The return comes in. Oh, bad take by Manny Mangrove. Missed the return, and they would have run out by a mile. 13 needed from 4 deliveries. It wasn't a good return, And the praise that I always give Manny Mangru, she just, it was a poor return, and she is, in this case, she could not move from the stump, you know, so she have to try and scoop it up because it was a run out attempt. Down to deep mid wickets. Let's see what happened. Will they come back for 2 this time? They stay on 1. The return comes in. Quiana Joseph didn't shy at the stump. 2 more. So the ball was played down to deep mid wicket. The fielder comes around, picks it up. The return comes in. Quiana Joseph backed off. The batter was way out of his crease. Quiana Joseph have to underarm the ball at the stump. You did have to shy. It's low IQ cricket. Low IQ cricket. Low IQ cricket. Low underarm the ball at the stump. So you want to throw it away. Good delivery. Caught behind. Caught behind. 143 for 9. Caught behind. 143 for 9. She went for a big drive. That's Slater. Hedge phone. Catch taken. Cry. Cry, Scotland. Cry. They're crying now. The smile has gone from their face and they're crying. They're crying. You're Banana Brooks. Sorry. Banana Brooks. When Ailey Matthews got out, they were laughing. They were laughing, Banana Brooks, when Ailey Matthews got out. They're crying now. They're crying. This must be a dagger to the heart of Manor Park Lona. He doesn't like when West Indies win. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like when West Indies win. That's Manor Park Lona. The other way that Scotland can win this match, providing there's not a no ball, is to hit 2-6. And Fontendala never hit a 6 in her life. Neither not even school cricket has Fontella ever hit a 6. And she need to hit 2. That's the only way that they can win. Providing that Quiana Joseph. Why she doesn't stand up at the crease and turn over her hand to prevent the no ball? I watch her foot. That slap down to long on. They run hard for the first one. They're coming back for 2. Run out chance. Run out chance. Oh, mix up here. And they will get 2. This is just poor cricket from the West Indies, you know. Why you shine the ball again, Ramarat? Why you not just walk up with the ball? Yeah, that's what Ailey Matthews asking her. Why are you shining the ball at the stump again? These people are damn idiots. They need 9 runs to win. From 10 runs to win from 1 ball. 9 to tie. And you collect the ball and you shite at the stump and give them the overthrow. And Ramarat, before she hold on to the ball, she shied the ball at the stump again. What's wrong with these girls? There's not a no ball. She keep her foot behind the crease. West Indies 1. Pull down to deep mid wicket. No, why she need to throw the ball? Run out. She run her out, you know. Good throw by Claxton, run her out. But you understand, why did she need to throw the ball? She didn't need to throw the ball. She just need to run in with the ball. If she run in with the ball, even if they run another single, they can't run 9. Oh boy. Oh, the IQ at this team is so poor. But I really think Ailey Matthews need to answer questions about Ali Ali. I have nothing personal against Ailey Matthews, but everybody who follow the women cricket, I know a lot of you don't follow the women cricket, so you won't understand. But everybody who knows and follow the women cricket have to ask, why over the past 2 years have Ailey Matthews been treated Alia Alain like this? And in the Australia series, you know, Ailey Matthews treat the girl so bad that she cried on the field, you know. Literally cried. There must be something going on between Ailey Matthews and Alia Lane in Barbados that we don't know about. You know, I have been here from 3:35. It's almost 4 hours now, so I really appreciate everyone who's joining us. And please, you know, things like these takes a lot of effort. on, you know, from 3:35. So and it's now 3:57. So that's from 12. So it's now 3 hours and 22 minutes. Things like these take a lot of effort. And you know, to keep shows like this going on and probably even to hear another voice, please become a member of our club on Patreon. The link is in the video description. It is also in the live chat. Click the link and become a member of our club. Take care of yourself, everyone. It was wonderful being here. See you in a bit.